Yo, happy Masters Sunday out there. Surprisingly pretty good tournament, guys. Rory stepped off about 1,000,000 balls today, almost blew it. But you know what? Congratulations to him. After that 10-year stretch of just garbage, he's back. And Scheffler's just amazing as always. I had money on Rory, and I also had money on Scheffler. So Scheffler was 10-1 before the day. I was actually kind of rooting for Scheffler, but you know what? A win's a win. How's everyone doing? We have one spot left. If anyone wants to hop in, $1 DraftKings. That fucking underdog tournament's already full. The $2 tournament they dropped yesterday filled up in fucking one day. So I do still have one spot, one draft left in the $3. The only one they have right now is the $3 mini camp or whatever. Or this is the mini camp. Whatever the hell it is, the $3 one underdog. There's one left. So one spot left that I have. I've done 19 of them. Let's see. Anyways, they'll drop a new tournament here in a day or two, I'm guessing. I don't know why they don't just drop more of the small ones, because like those tend to fill up so fast. They make more money on those. All right, fifth pick here. Anyone in here? Jay's in here. Jay is the 9th pick. Is that it? Anyways, did you watch the Masters? What did you think of the Masters? Justin Rose, man. Shout out Justin Rose. Is 45 years old. That's the craziest thing about Tiger, is that Justin Rose is like playing his best golf of his career at 45. Tiger's only 5 years older, and he's been out of, like, take away that one major or Masters he won, he's done nothing in golf the last 10 years. Like, what a shame. The injuries, and now obviously the pill popping stuff. Guy's got a problem.
This is bad. We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about.
I know Jay is very high on a lot of the players I'm high on, so we're going to have an arms race here for some of our guys. You know what? I need to kind of mix it up a little bit. I have too many shares of Mason Taylor already. So, Jay, knock yourselves out. I already have over 55% Mason Taylor. So, I do love that, but there's a point where, you know, diversify the portfolio a little bit. Sorry, I can't talk. We have Blake in here. We have Potato in here. Shout out Potato. What's going on, man? Dakota, great show last night, Dakota. Sorry about putting you on the spot about that pegging situation, but you know what? You're going to get one of those a show if you're a guest on the show. So, you know, Storey's used to it. I think he embraces it now. All right, starting in 1 second here. Like I said, I do have one more spot. One spot left in underdog. I can do one more draft. So if we want to get one of those in after this, I have one more. I kind of want to save that until they have a new tournament, because I don't know when they're going to have a new tournament. You did deflect. That was pretty quick. It was a very quick deflection. It was like LeBron driving the lane, dishing out for a quick three. And yeah, shout out to Blake. Epic graphics as always. Top-notch stuff from Blake, the media manager on the channel. Shout out Blake. Kentucky native, born and bred. Nicest person I've ever met, though. So not all people from Kentucky are hicks. I'll say that. Blake, you agree? You probably know some pretty rough people down there, huh? No, the underdogs just go really fast, Dakota. Okay. Jamar Chase still on the board. That's pretty badass. I make my pick within like 5 seconds typically, because I have my queue set. Always set your queue, gentlemen. Always set the queue. Might be doing some more of these tomorrow. Me and Mouth, we're going to do our running back show, but he can't make tomorrow's show. So we're pushing that off to Wednesday. So Tuesday, Nick O, I believe Nick O makes a return. He's been traveling, doing some stuff with the family. So Nick O will be back on the show on Tuesday. We're going to talk some over-under win totals, some early values pre-draft that we could target now, and then what teams to target afterwards when we know teams are going to fuck up their draft. Probably the Cowboys have 2 first-rounders. Would not surprise me if the Cowboys trade up. That's some of the rumor. They're trading up inside the top 10. Maybe inside the top 7. Blake says 99% rednecks where I live. I bet they all listen to Kid Rock. Is that pretty accurate?
Look at this. This is Laurence Olivier and Othello. And this is James Earl Jones. Now look at how close they look.
Look at that. James Earl Jones doing a great blackface.
James Earl Jones has a black face. He's a black man.
He's not black.
Of course he's black.
He was Darth Vader.
Darth Vader was black?
No.
See, okay, there we go.
Darth Vader was not black. They took the mask off. He was white.
The mock I was watching, it made a lot of sense. The LSU corner, we know they need secondary help. I think they should stand pat and draft Bain because they can get him most likely with that 12th pick. Let's take a look at the board, the actual draft board here. Cowboys have 12, so they could probably package 12 in their second rounder. And maybe like a fourth, maybe it had to be 12 and 20 to get up to, what do you think it would take to get up to 6? So the Browns are the perfect spot to trade up to 6 because the Browns need so much. So it would make sense for the Browns to move back and they can draft like Monroe Freeling or something, or, one of these offensive linemen they need. And then the Cowboys are kind of in win now mode. I mean, I know it seems crazy to say, but they have an elite offense. We all know that. And they're just a couple pieces away from contending. That division's in shambles. I mean, the Commanders are fraudulent. The Eagles are reeling right now, and they might trade A.J. Brown. Let's see. Jay has a Jefferson Genty start. Pretty interesting. Genty falls to 16. Derrick Henry at 13. What are we doing here, folks? Nice pick, Jay. God damn. I want Genty there. We got some nice options here at running back, gentlemen. Some really nice options at running back. I think I want all those guys over anyone available. So, gonna get a running back here. JSN, maybe Kenneth Walker. JSN, maybe Saquon. We shall see. Morgan Wallen. People love that dude. He's got a mullet. It makes him country. If you have a mullet, you're country, or you're just a douchebag frat bro. Which I think he's a douchebag frat bro. Not a big fan. Yeah, dude. That is correct. Claiborne was awful. And the track record of I'm up. Hampton Walker. We got Saquon Barkley, boys. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. The track record of the Cowboys trading up. It's Jerry Jones also trying to make a splash, which just never works. So if anything, I think the Cowboys, I wouldn't do it for a cornerback. I would do it for like an elite edge rusher if somehow, I mean, they're not going to fall, but something like that, or Sonny Styles. I would do it for that. I know safety, they need safety as well. So I would do that for Sonny Styles. So I know that dude's going to be an elite player. I know it. I don't care about the position value as much. I mean, look at Kyle Hamilton. How has Kyle Hamilton worked out for Baltimore? The dude's the best player in the defense, regardless of position. Brock Bowers still on the board. That kid is back on the escalator again. Rashee Rice at 23. Quite early there for easy money. Also took Puka over Gibbs, which is this guy took ETN at 24. There's some reaches, guys, some reach arounds going on. There goes Josh Allen. This is fantastic. I'm loving life right now. Because there's going to be Drake London on the board, Chase Brown's on the board, Lave's on the board, Brock Bowers is on the board. Let's get it. Brock Bowers is off the board. All right, one of these players is tasty. Sweet. Ha! Yes, he took Jacobs. Dude, I can get Chase Brown here. I'm pretty sure Chase Brown's going to go, but nope, Chase Brown available. Yes, sir. Sitting pretty with a Barkley, Chase Brown, JSN start. Do like that. I just don't think there's any way Downs falls outside the top 10, Blake. I know his on DraftKings, it's like 9.5 is his over under for draft spot. I would like to take the under on that, but it's weighted pretty heavy on the under. It's like minus 160 last time I checked. So I'm starting to look into those now. Me and Storey are going to have like 10 bets for you guys. We're going to place, hopefully, if the price is right, over under for these draft spots. The one bet I did make, guys, and this one isn't Now I'm kind of regretting it, but it is plus 850. It's 2 tight ends to go in the first round, plus 850. So Sadiq's definitely going in the first round. Just we need one of those guys. Hopefully, I think it's gonna be Stowers. One of those guys to go in the first round, and that's plus 850. So I don't hate that. It should be plus 500. Whenever I see value like that, probably not a great bet, but throw $10 on it to win $90. Kyron Williams, there goes Chris Olave. I do like the starts. Thank you, Jake. No, they don't, Blake, but like this is an elite player that has a really high floor. And like my thing in the top 10 is just don't fuck up the pick, and don't trade up to fuck up the pick, especially like the quarterback thing is crazy. Trubisky, Trey Lance, the Travis Hunter thing is just a debacle right now. And it's glossed over because how good the Jaguars did last year with Liam Cohen. But like the fact that they're now officially making him a corner, like that report, it's now come out 3 different times they're making him a corner. So now I actually believe it. Like I didn't believe the first couple. It appears that Travis Hunter is going to be a full-time corner and like a gadget offensive player, like 5, 6, 7 snaps a game on offense. Like essentially what Deion Sanders did. He's not Deion Sanders. I love his athletic profile. Lamar Jackson at 37. This guy's going all in on the Ravens here. Trading up to get Travis Hunter, who's a raw corner, that's just a bad pick. Like even if he turns out to be like an all-pro, like look at Sauce Gardner. Like was Sauce Gardner worth a top 10 pick? I don't think so. Like Surtain was, but like there in no world is Travis Hunter going to become Patrick Surtain. Like that dude's a fucking great football player. He's a monster. He hits people. Like Travis Hunter can't hit anyone. He's tiny. He's injury prone. So they also have a need at corner. They don't have a need at wide receiver. I think that's why they're making the move because they have Parker Washington. Brian Thomas is a first round pick, and they just signed Jacoby Myers. So like they have no need for a wide receiver. So I just don't know why they did it. And you know what? The Browns actually won a trade, guys, for the first time in the history of any. Actually, they won the Richardson trade, the Trent Richardson trade. They fleeced the Colts. All right, Devonta Smith. Oh shit. Okay. Let's do that. Where is Mr. Jalen Hurts go? Pick 72, huh? Dude, there's a chance. I have pick 68 coming back. There's a chance I could go in Eagles. I hate doing it, but not going to reach for Jalen Hurts, especially not in DraftKings, which is full PPR. Dakota has a sleeper dynasty startup today. 5-hour grind of a draft. Is it with random people, Dakota? How much was the buy-in? Give us some deets, man. Buck Irving falling to pick 45. Jalen Waddle, that's a good pick. Lad McConkey. I think I'm the lowest in the world on Lad McConkey. Yeah, give us the deets on this sleeper. Sleeper is the best, though. I think that's the best for Dynasty. This guy's just been reaching all over the place. I have no idea what he's going to do. The green 92. Is that a Reggie White thing? Cheers, guys. Now he takes Colson Loveland. This is beautiful. Jutkins, Montgomery. Well, we need another running back, though, in full PPR. Oh, we got options. I'm just going to put all these dudes in here. Take any of those fellas. You know what? Luther Burden as well. Up in 2 picks. There goes Jutkins. Randoms 25 a season. Pay for 2 up front and pay dues up front if you trade future picks. Since it's randoms, Dakota, what's the veto system? Is it just a standard like majority veto? Because I don't know if I like that with randoms. Like every trade is going to get vetoed. There goes Montgomery. Man, might be have to take a Luther Burden share here. Where is Jaden Daniels 68? You know what? Sticking to my guns with Terry McLaurin. That way I can get a Jaden Daniels stack. Get one of my quarterbacks. There we go. I dig this start. I dig it. 25 a season is pretty low for a redraft. 0.1 per carry, huh? I guess that evens out the full PPR for like your goes Joe. This motherfucker just fucked everything up. Dude, why he took Drake May and Joe Burrow. Like, oh, no vetoes. Man, that could be collusion central. And this motherfucker just took 2 quarterbacks.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone. What?
Drake May and Joe Burrow, bro, why? Like, why would you do that? He has one receiver. He had a great start. McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker, Olave. That's a nice start. And then he takes Drake May in the 4th round, which is way early. And then Joe Burrow's fine. But if he had just taken DJ Moore or Devonta Smith and then Joe Burrow, way better team. Like he'll probably take a fucking 3rd. What an idiot. Let's see here. Jay has a sexy team. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, and Jamison Williams with Ashton Genty. That's what I like to see, Jay. Let these guys take their early quarterbacks and just be fools. But pretty good stuff there. Pretty good stuff. Jay needs a running back, though. Bayshell Tootin. All right. Not a lot of running backs I like. Up in 3 picks. Roma Dunze is still there. Marvin Harrison's still there. But Jalen Hurts is the guy. So these guys all have quarterbacks. This guy just can't. Oh, he has A.J. Brown. But you know what? If he's smart, he shouldn't be taking Jalen Hurts to stack with A.J. Brown because A.J. Brown's not going to be on the team, ladies and gentlemen. So that would be a mistake on this guy's end to take Jalen Hurts there. I don't like taking Jalen Hurts in general. I just do it because I have the stack. This guy took Bo Nix. He took Bo Nix. He did it. He's back on the escalator again.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone. What?
Fly, Eagles, fly, man. I don't like it because I hate the Eagles. I have Barkley, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Hurts. Man, if A.J. Brown gets traded, this team is to the moon already. Just go Birds.
Eagles. Go Birds, though.
Oh, go Birds.
All right, fine. Go Birds. Right?
I know go Birds.
Get your hand off my knee.
Go Birds.
It's getting quite spicy up in here. Yeah, dude. I wish I had that clip, the Family Guy cutaway. Mickey Rooney's crazy pills. He's like, I like yelling at mice with my shirt off and pooping in the chimney. That is this. It's not just the 3 quarterbacks he took. It's Drake May is fine maybe with that, quarterback 3, but he took him like a round and a half early. And then Joe Burrow's fine. Bo Nix ahead of Jalen Hurts. Bo Nix ahead of Dak Prescott. Like, no, thank you. Just unnecessary shit. Like, people are just doing dumb shit. And you know what? I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. People doing dumb shit, I will capitalize, and that's what we do around here. We got Mouth in the chat. Shout out to Mouth South. How you doing, buddy? If you guys are not already following his stellar program over there on 23 platforms, now they're on YouTube. Give them a quick holler and listen. Downtown Sports, where sports comes home. We're more fantasy driven here. They're more real life driven. So nice little marriage between the two. So definitely check them out. That's Downtown Sports, link in the description. So we're looking at JSN, Barkley, Chase Brown, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, and Jalen Hurts. So we can go any direction here. Tight end, I'm not going to do. Up in 1 pick, and Brian Thomas is available. I'm in with that. Stevenson will be fine too. Pop both them suckers in the queue. This guy's got 4 wide receivers. He needs to go with a onesie position or a running back. He shouldn't take his 5th. There he goes, onesie. And we're going to get Brian Thomas Jr. Fucking guy's falling. Let's not forget, guys, Brian Thomas was a 1st-round pick, or at least top 14 pick last year. Now he's going 77. What's really changed there? Well, they have Jacoby Myers. Okay. We went into last year thinking they had Travis Hunter being a threat. So, like, in my mind, nothing's really changed. And I don't think Brian Thomas is any worse at football. I didn't think he was very good last year, hence why I wasn't drafting him. But to go from pick 13 ADP to now be pick 77, that's how you win money. And he should not be going in the fucking 7th round. Like, especially in best ball. I get trepidation with like redraft because he's going to be highly inconsistent because he's now their deep threat guy that they don't throw down the field. But wow, man, that's just so crazy. Am I taking crazy pills, guys, or do you agree with me on Brian Thomas being a crazy value at pick in the 7th round? Let's say even pick 70, especially in best ball. We're talking best ball here. I think in redraft as well, but best ball, that is just crazy. Last to join, talking about this Dynasty League. Last to join shows how many times we were randomized draft order 3 times. Send your team in the Discord, Dakota. Heyo, Miles back up to $26 on my original 50. I have an NBA playoff best ball in, and you have all of those other best balls that you already have, Miles. So you're just cleaning up. Jay with 5 receivers, pretty good ones too. Cortland Suttinger 5, Tootin and Genty. I like the build, man. As long as you can clean up the quarterback and tight end and make that work, because quarterbacks are going pretty fast now. Yep, free best ball, and that's going to end up being winning money for you because your teams are all pretty goddamn solid. I was 10th to choose, so I got 109, took Daniels. I mean, that's fine. Daniels is young. I know you hate Daniels. Mouth agrees with me on Brian Thomas. Jake says Brian Thomas Jr. would be the 101 if Mac Jones were his quarterback. Yeah, that was the mix of Mac Jones being there and nobody like being there like alongside of him, right? It was him all day. And this guy took Baker Mayfield. So again, this guy's got 4 quarterbacks. So now the quarterback, now he's fucking the draft. Luckily, I have Jalen Hurts. But what is he doing, dude? He has 1 receiver and 4 quarterbacks? Is this a fucking joke? Holy shit, Sam Laporta's available. That's pretty cool. DK's available. That's also pretty cool. And Patty Mahomes is available. Damn, maybe I'd jump on that one, bro. No, I'm fine with Brock Purdy. Let's take a look at what I have here. He took Jared Goff. He fucking took Jared Goff, dude. This is fucking crazy. All right, I had to take Patrick Mahomes now. All these quarterbacks are off the board. Oh, is Mahomes off the board now? No, Mahomes I'm taking Mahomes. Going 2 quarterbacks. All these quarterbacks are gone now, so that means they're gonna have another run. Look at this, dude. We're in the 8th round, and it's Kyler, Jordan Love, Shuck, and Malik Willis. That's it. This motherfucker has 5 quarterbacks and one fucking receiver. This guy's got 3 quarterbacks. Holy shit. This guy's got 0, so he's got to take one. I'm gonna get some value here. Man, people do some dumb shit. I mean, why are you throwing your money away, dude? That's all I'm saying. I might be doing underdog mouth. I have 1 left. There's only one draft now. They're all gone now. It's only the $3 one. I only have 1 left. I've done 19. So I'm trying to maybe save that until they drop a new tournament because I don't want to be out of underdog. I want to have that in my back pocket. How many do you have left of the $3? Go back to the board here. Oh, you've done some big boards. That's why I only did a couple big boards. So yeah, I only have 1 draft left on underdog until they drop a new tournament. And I am drafting tomorrow. I'm going to do a show tomorrow and just draft tomorrow since we're moving our show to Wednesday. That's to be determined. Like I said, if we meet our goal, I'll definitely do it. But I don't want it to be on Mouth's back. Mouth donates enough in this channel. Mouth of the South, best guy in the world. There goes Jordan Love. So this guy still doesn't have a quarterback, and Easy Money has no quarterback, 4 running backs. He's got to take one because it is just slim pickings up in this bitch. Blake Corum's available. That's probably going to have to be the pick. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Sam Laporta's still available. Man, there's so much talent left on the board. Well, I think you're crazy because there's going to be a lot more tournaments dropping, and I just don't like drafting that much this early. But I mean, you're right in the fact that like the tournament's already gone; it's already full. So it was a 50 max too. That was a 50 max, and it was only a 7,000, 12, something like that, 7 or 12,000 total. There goes Kyler. Okay, man, these quarterbacks, I just can't believe what these teams are doing. And there goes Malik Willis. Sweet. Keep on taking them. Jay, you're going to have to get your second quarterback like now, or you got to wait and take like, there goes Ricky Pearsall. Man. Barkley and Chase Brown. You know what? I'm going to go extreme upside here. I'm going to take Sam Laporta. This team is stacked, dude. Super stacked. I wanted to take Blake Corum, but I just have to make up running back later. I got my two studs. What's this guy? Is he going to take a 6 quarterback? Dude, I'm going to lose my shit. At this point, please do it because I already have my 2 guys. But he has 1 wide receiver. Like, this is full PPR. You got to start 4 receivers, essentially. Wowzers. And he takes Khalil Shakir. That's a badass number 2 from where, what I think. Badass 2. I got 4 receivers. It's a very balanced team. Yeah, I definitely have to get Worthy and Kelsey. I'm less likely to stack in DraftKings mouth because it's full PPR. Like touchdowns don't matter nearly as much as underdog. I still do like doing it, and I have the massive Eagle stack right now. But yeah, I'm not going to force it, but definitely one of the 2. I think Kelsey would be nice value. I'm going to have to make up running back, though. All I have is Chase Brown and Saquon. So that's why Blake Corum would have been the perfect RB3. I much prefer Blake Corum in underdog, though, because it's full PPR. They dropped another one, Dakota? Is it a what are we doing? They dropped another one, another $2 tournament? I just looked like right before this, I thought, and I didn't see it. Nice pick with Tyler Algier there. I think the hate's gone too far. Pick 105. Jay, you got to watch out for this second quarterback situation. There's 5 to 6 starters left for your number 2. Damn. All right. Looks like we might have to get in one. We'll see. Still to be determined, but so maybe doing it tomorrow. And I thought we were having the show with Mouth tomorrow, but we're doing that on Wednesday. Me and Mouth on Wednesday. That's the running back deep dive, gentlemen. Probably the most important show me and Mouth have done to date. I think the most important show is going to be the draft week show on Tuesday. That's the wide receiver show. And then Storey is going to be coming on for a couple, at least 2 or 3 episodes that week. And I'm pretty sure we're going to live stream the draft, guys. So that'll be interesting. All right, Jay, you got to take a quarterback, brother. And we're doing something a little different on tomorrow's show with Mouth. We're going off his running back rankings and going to compare those to consensus and talk about the players. And then you got Blake Corum. Good pick. We're going to do grades after this, and you got to get a quarterback at some point with Justin Herbert as your one. 25 max. I will secure 10 of mine now. God, Dakota's a degenerate. I love him. There goes Kenny Gainwell. God damn it. They're taking all the running backs I want. Kyle Monangai is available, though. Yeah, we'll take Kyle Monangai. I don't got to look at the other positions because that's the dude I want. Maybe I can get Worthy after this. God, the quarterbacks are just fucking wasteland right now. We're at pick 117, and it's CJ fucking Stroud, dude. Hell yeah, Mouth. What I'll probably end up doing is having a rotating cast of characters on the draft stream, Mouth, so we can kind of break it up with whoever else wants to hop on. Do like an hour each. I think it's 3.5 hours or so. Tony Pollard. I think it's my first Kyle Monangai share, but that's a perfect time for it. Perfect number 3. There goes CJ Stroud. This guy's definitely taking a quarterback at one of these picks. Maybe he doubles up. I hope Jay doesn't get left in the dust because right now it's Bryce Young and Cam Ward, and then you're left with garbage. I mean, Mendoza's fine. So it's Bryce Young, Cam Ward, and Mendoza are the last three quote-unquote starters out there. Sweet. Heyo, finally dropped another one. Very happy about that. Yeah, Dakota's already been doing he's already in 10 of those. He's already done 10. He did 10 of the other tournament was up for 1 day. The motherfucker got in 10. So I got to give him his props. So there goes Bryce Young. So there is one quarterback left. Is that right? This Cam Ward is the last of the Mohicans is Cam Ward. Luckily, we got pretty good value on Mahomes. I feel like I took Jalen Hurts early, but I had to because this motherfucker has 5 quarterbacks. Let's go through the team right here. Up in 3, I have JSN, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Brian Thomas Jr. at receiver. I have Saquon, Chase Brown, and Kyle Monangai at running back, Sam Laporte at tight end, and Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. This is a pretty sexy team. Pretty sexy team. Dude, I do love slow drafts, Dakota. Like, that's really the way to go. You don't make any mistakes. You have all the time in the world to sit and look at it. Also, you can wait. Like, when there's, especially closer to the season, like, when there's practices going on and shit, like, you can wait and get some really good value if someone gets hurt. Or some, like, news drops, you know what I mean? Like, depth chart stuff. Tight ends just wins. So, I can't take any of those guys. We're going to take Xavier Worthy. As much as I don't like it, I'm going to do it. Maybe a little unnecessary, but you know what? They got to make him a thing at some point. Now we have Mahomes with Worthy. We have Devonta Smith with Jalen Hurts, and we have Saquon with Jalen Hurts. So we're stacked. We're looking good. Jay, are you going to be able to get Cam Ward? This is the most important pick for him. If he doesn't get Cam Ward, he is up Schitt's Creek. This kind of does look like that team, man. I cross my fingers that it works out like it yours at the end of the draft where I can get some value, but I just need a couple more running backs to fill this one out. Dakota's in 12. He's a badass. Just do the whole 20, dude, or do like almost all of them. What's the max capacity on that tournament, Dakota? Is it 8,000, 10,000? Hunter Henry. Jay got Cam Ward, so he's probably breathing a fucking sigh of relief on that one. I'll give him a clip for that. Here you go.
Hey, guys, the management needs everybody to get out because they caught a guy jerking off in here, and they're going to send in a crew to wipe down the loads. Go ahead.
Yeah, tank would be nice. JC, I'm just so worried about the Commanders taking Jeremiah Love and that being a nothing. You know what I mean? I know it because I don't have Jaden Daniels. So, no, I don't have Daniels. I have Patrick Mahomes. So I do need a running back. After Jay makes his pick, I will go to my queue because I don't want him stealing my guys. Okay, he took Ferguson, so we need a running back here very badly. Oh. Probably is Rashad White. But there's someone else I like. Sadiq. No. God damn it. Oh, I don't want. I guess Rashad White's probably the pick. I mean, if they don't take Jeremiah Love, it's a fucking slam dunk. Ooh, 28,000 entries. Okay. The last one was a lot smaller than that when I checked it. That's why it filled up so fast. But the fact you said this one's already 5% full is a little alarming because I looked like an hour and a half before the stream started, and I swear I didn't see it. Okay, we're going to go Rashad White. Don't like the pick. It's fine. I need a floor guy. And then, Jesus, dude. All right, so you heard it from mouth first. Love does not go past the Giants. In fact, rumors are swirling. The Giants are going to trade up to 3 to get Love. Man, you know what? Like I've been saying, Cam Scatterbo was a former 4th-round pick. Tyron Tracy is a former 5th-round pick. The injury concerns with Scatterbo in general, you know, how he plays, but also coming off the major injury makes a lot of sense. Concepcion's available. Yes. I could take a tight end here too. All right. Fine with these guys. Chris Rodriguez might be nice. Jonathan Brooks. That might be the dude. I think I have to take one more running back here. Yeah, 3-way committee though, Mouth in his full PPR. I just don't see any world where Sean Tucker, even if there's an injury, he's like in a timeshare. So like he has no path to actually being like I could take Jonathan Brooks over him, but I might have to take Concepcion if he's there. Like look at his ADP, dude. His ADP is 121. He's gonna be a 1st-round pick. I love the kid, so that's probably the play. I only have 5 receivers, so I think that's probably the play. If he gets taken, then I just take Jonathan Brooks. So it's a win-win. I'll take either of these guys. It's a banger of a team, gentlemen. This is the best team I've had in a little while here. And we're going to get Casey Concepcion. Fucking 30 picks after ADP. And he is getting mocked in the middle to late 1st round. So we have 4 running backs. We have 6 receivers. Here's the team. JSN, Barkley, Chase Brown, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Jalen Hurts, Brian Thomas, Patrick Mahomes, Laporta, Kyle Monungai, Xavier Worthy, Rashad White, and Casey Concepcion. I just like saying his name too. Where does Sean Tucker go? Okay. I didn't realize he goes this late because I haven't been drafting him. Holy shit. He can have some games for sure. But I see a couple guys I like still here. Also some wide receivers I love too. Man, I love the wide receivers in this range. Jay got Coker. He's a cokehead like me. Jay's got a pretty nifty team. Jameson Williams is 4. Sutton's is 5. Coker's is 6. Running backs are pretty solid, man. Algier and Blake Corum, 3 and 4. I think if I'm guessing what you're saying with Sean Tucker is he's a guy that's going to score some points. The problem is the spike weeks won't be there. But when you're looking at RB6, like for an RB6 in a best ball team, like he might have 5 or 6 touchdowns, which, you know, look at this tight end run here. Pretty big. Some dudes here. Did someone fucking take Woody Marks? Jesus fuck. Prick. All right. This is a Chris Rodriguez pick for sure. Let's do that one. And now it's going to be... I can wait on tight end here. Booty, Ridley, Tesla. This is great. This is really great. I'm loving this team. Where's Emmanuel Wilson's gone. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's gone. He was gone before my pick. Yeah, I think Emmanuel Wilson would be the starter, but they might draft Mike Washington, you know what I mean? Like, I like Emmanuel Wilson. I'm pretty confident that Jaguars' depth chart at running back is pretty set, with Chris Rodriguez being the 1B, I would say, but the goal line guy. Like I said, remember, I was talking up Tootin so much, but I went back and watched this film, man. Tootin has some major flaws in his profile. Really, really, really bad vision.
Excuse me, sir. This is private property. What are you doing?
Just taking it all in.
You're staring at my daughter's bedroom.
She's really grown into her body. This is going to be a fun summer for her.
Man, I want to take Tyron Tracy, but the Love rumors, that is just going to kill him. Tank Bigsby might be the dude. Tesla, Debo, Naylor. This is getting gross. You know what? I got to reach for my boy here. Got to reach for my boy in Mason Taylor. Can't leave a draft without him. And all the tight ends are gone now. What a dope team. What a dope team. All right. Oh, it's fucking hot in here, man. It's like somehow 80 degrees here. Yeah, I don't like doing handcuffs typically. I actually think Tank's going to have some standalone value just based on blowouts. And, you know, Tank looked great last year. So that might be the answer with all my Eagles. Little insurance policy there. And that could be it for running back for me. See what Jay's going to do. So he's got Juwan and Ferguson. He's got a decent team. Curious to see how it grades out with the fellas. I'm trending towards an A. I feel like this is an A team. I'm not just saying that. Jonah Coleman, it's a gross pick by S.P. How's our quarterback guy doing? This guy. Let's see here. He's got 5 quarterbacks, so he's got all the quarterbacks, and he has the wrong ones too, with Bo Nix being in the 6th round. Gross. He's got Olave, Shakir, Tyreek Hill at 127. Jennings, who's not on a team, Cooper Kupp, and Pat Bryant. That is disgusting. His tight ends are Travis Kelce and Colby Parkinson, who has Parkinson's, and McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker. He has 2 running backs. The guy has 2 running backs and 5 quarterbacks. What are we doing, guys? Holy shit. I think Ayuk's going to the Commanders. I mean, I think that's just kind of a set in stone thing whenever he gets released, just because the Jaden Daniels ASU connection, and they need him. Like, even if they take a 1st-round receiver, even if they were to take Lemon or, you know, Tyson, or somehow if Tate falls to them, like, they only have 2 receivers. Luke McCaffrey is like their 3. It's Treylon Burks, Luke McCaffrey, their tight end's Chikakonkwa, who I kind of like, but he's not like a world beater. So Ayuk's a perfect 3. Like, you don't want to rely on Ayuk for a 2 this year. He's capable. He's got the skill set, but we haven't seen it. We don't know his health situation. We know his head situation. Christian Kirk, that's a solid pick. There goes Tyron Tracy. Nice pick there, Jay and Tesla. You know I'm a Tesla guy. All that dude does is score touchdowns. Ooh, good call. It's a good call from Blake right here. Ayuk should be a Raider. It's a very good call. And actually, that's a nice fit too. Like, that's an upside. It's an upside. Like, whoever takes him, you're taking on a lot of upside. I mean, the last full year Ayuk played was super elite. His reception perception was just all green. Like, he was dominating. As much as I say it's a big product of Kyle Shanahan, like, he was dominating. Cheers. But what is Tom Brady's propensity to bring on a guy like that? You know, like, do you want that in your locker room? Oh, I'm up. David Njoku. All right, done at tight end now. I'm liking the tight ends. We need... It's pretty gross all around here. I'm go with my 2 quarterbacks. I need to hammer wide receiver here. Could take Wicks to add more Philly players, but Trey Tucker. Oh, Trey Tucker seems like a gross click, but even if they add 2 guys in the draft, like, he's gonna be on the field. Flournoy's solid. gets gross real fast at wide receiver. So the way I break it down is I love these 14th to 15th round receivers, Judy, Booty, Calvin Ridley, Tesla in this 15th round. I love all those guys. And then after that is like when there's a definite teardrop where it just gets super gross. Exactly, Dakota. Like that's not a guy that he doesn't set the tone. He's not a tone setter, and he's not a good guy to set an example like what he just did. He's got to go to a veteran team, and the thing is, Commanders actually isn't a good fit with that. They do have Terry McLaurin, but our guy Quinn, hats on backwards, boys. When we talk about Dan Quinn, 55-year-old with his head on backwards. I don't know. I think he lost that locker room last year. So bringing in a guy like Ayuk. Like a team like Philly could handle it, you know. I think a team like Minnesota would be a solid fit with Kevin O'Connell. But he can't go to a shit like a Jet situation with a head coach that has no clout or pull of the team. Tank Bigsby's still available, but I'm going to take Trey Tucker. Do my 7th receiver. It's a little thin at wide receiver. My receivers are not great. Tell me he stay alive. No, I ain't touching Cousins. God damn it, Trey Tucker just went. Fuck, man. Okay, we're going to rebound here, and we're going to go ahead and take Tank Bigsby. Finish off the running back room, and I'm just going to take the rest. Rest of my picks are going to be just deep dart throw wide receivers. I'm going to take Bigsby now before he gets sniped from me. All right, now at least I know I'm only taking one position the rest of the draft. I'm going to have 3 wide receivers here to finish out the team with 9 receiver builds. So I'm going to go all the way down here and start taking some bums. I don't get the Darnell Mooney love. Mal, can you clarify this for me? Like why people love Darnell Mooney when it's going to be a crowded room? They're going to draft somebody. They have 2 tight ends. They like Malik Neighbors. Jackson Dart's a run first quarterback. Like what's the appeal of Darnell Mooney? I just don't understand it. I mean, dude, if Cousins is the star, I do love Bowers. If Cousins is a starter, I love Bowers because let's not forget that entire Kyle Pitts resurgence was all with I'm pretty sure it was all with Kirk Cousins. At least the back half of it, that giant game was with Cousins. And Cousins just does not have the arm strength to throw it on the field. So we dump down after dump down to Brock Bowers. There goes Sean Tucker, Kamara. That's a solid pick, man. If Kamara plays 200th overall, fucking love that shit. So I'm wrong. I'm like off on the Mooney. Like I'm wrong on the Mooney like hate because my thing is Darnell Mooney's bad. Like he was bad in Chicago. He was really bad last year in Atlanta, and even his good year in Atlanta wasn't that great. I know this because I bet a couple Mooney props, and it was his prop line last year when he was playing 85-90% of the snaps was down to like 21 yards, 18 yards. That tells me all I need to know as a number 2 in the offense. Thank you, Blake. Mooney is fucking awful, but I get he's gonna have the role, right? Jay got Vidal, nice pick there. All this hate, I'm gonna take Mooney if he's available. I've just been seeing him go like pick 180, and I just don't get that. Like I'll take him after 200. Like at after ADP, I'm comfortable with it. Surratt. We might just take some fucking rookies here. If I can't get Mooney. I need a warm body. You know what I mean? A warm body to snuggle up to. All that shit talking. In that situation, I don't hate it. Because look where it was at. Pick 212. I don't hate it. They did pay him. Yeah, that sounds about right. A couple touchdowns sprinkled in. He was just so bad last year. And, maybe he never got over that collarbone injury, which is bullshit. Remember, they reported it as a shoulder injury in training camp. And then, like, week 11, week 12, they're like, oh, by the way, Darnell Mooney broke his collarbone in training camp. Like, they lied to us. And I actually had a lot of Mooney shares last year in best ball early on because he was going in, like, the 11th or 12th round coming off that awesome season. Torrey Horton. All right, 2 more picks here. We're going to do some draft grades after this and see who wins between me and Jay. Keon Coleman, 214. I think that's a decent value. Surratt's available. It's pretty gross. Jalen Tolbert's available. Ted Hurst. All right. I know who my last round pick is. I already know it. He's buried. God, the Giants can go any direction in this draft too, because Harbaugh wants to take defense. They have needs at defense, in particular in the secondary, and they could always use O-line, which they wouldn't take at 5 in this draft, but they could use O-line, and then they can use running back possibly with Love, and then they could definitely need a wide receiver. So, yeah, Darius Slayton is still there, and they paid Darius Slayton a lot of money, didn't they? Didn't they pay Darius Slayton more than they paid Darius Slayton more than Saquon Barkley? Like, what is that? What is that about? I got your mouth. I should spend time with my wife. She's still awake. She has to work tomorrow. But you know what? I will do a $2 underdog draft just for Mouth because we love Mouth. Shout out Mouth. Shout out Downtown Sports. What round in the draft do you see Bell and Hurst going? My answer is always going to be higher than it probably is going to happen. I would say Ted Hurst is for sure a 3rd rounder because he's 6'4". We're going to take Elijah Surratt. And then my last round pick, I'm not going to divulge because I don't want Jay to take him. He probably knows who it is. And then they should both be 3rd round picks, Blake. It depends what you need. If you want upside, and you want a X receiver, like a guy that's going to fill an NFL role for sure, it's Ted Hurst. And if you want a guy that is more pro ready, and so a winning team should draft Skylar Bell. A losing team, a team that hasn't had a chance to win this year, should take Ted Hurst. I think that's the way I would phrase it. So, if I'm a team like the Dolphins, I'm going Ted Hurst. If I'm a team like the Niners, I'm going Skylar Bell. But I would be surprised if I think there's a chance Skylar Bell falls to the 4th round. I'm not saying it shouldn't happen, but there's a chance it does happen. There's no way Ted Hurst at 4.42 at that size with his tape is going to fall to the 4th round. Some teams are going to get enamored with that. They're going to see Jameson Williams. I comped him to Jameson Williams and George Pickens. High-end comp. Low-end comp is insert tall, fast bust here. That's the low-end comp. There's a million guys like that. He could end up being a better version of Jalen Hyatt, which, I don't want that. Jalen Tolbert, nice pick, Jay. See, Jay saw him in my queue, and then he's like, oh, you see that? You see, this is why I'm drafting with these people. Love you, Jay. But he saw him in my queue, and then he takes him. He just snags him up. God damn it.
Yeah, it was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for one.
Hey-o, what's going on, Cruz? Haven't heard anyone mention Michael Tripp from Baylor. The tight end didn't combine well, but his tape is fire. It's not that he didn't combine well, Cruz. He didn't do anything at the combine. And that was a guy originally before any of the combine stuff happened I was super high on. I still am above consensus on Michael Trigg. But he just didn't do much, and I don't know why, because I feel like he should have tested well. He did have a very alarming 27-inch vertical, but he had the longest wingspan of any tight end ever recorded. So I feel like that kind of washes each other out. Film's awesome. Production's awesome. I like Michael Trigg. He is most certainly a move tight end. He is not in line at all. He has no potential to block. So he's a specialty player. He's kind of think of a Rondé Gatson, but even worse in line than a Rondé Gatson, which is saying a lot because a Rondé Gatson couldn't block a fucking safety, All right, I can put my Q in here, and it's going to be, where's he at? There he is. Look at how far this guy is. Jahan Dotson, my dude. Loved him coming out of Penn State. Awesome rookie year, and then has been just then gone. Number 2 receiver there in Atlanta. This team is sexy. It's a great quote from Blake. We are all better versions of Jalen Hyatt, if you think about it. Yeah. That's like, if you have a big family with like 8 siblings and one of them's like a junkie rapist, like, well, at least you're better than Chuck. It's like, but the bar is pretty low. Like he literally like shoots heroin and like fucks with like drugs girls. Like, buddy, you're better than Chuck. Like that's better than Jalen Hyatt. Chuck has some problems. All right, draft grade time, guys. We're going to grade me and Jay's team. Also want to grade this guy's team. Let's give him an F. Trey Super with the 5 quarterbacks. This fucking clown. F, Trey Super. Thanks for fucking up the draft. Luckily, I got my 2 quarterbacks. A through F, me and Jay's team. Let's start with Jay's team here. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, Cortland Sutton, Jalen Coker, Isaac Tesla, and Jalen Tolbert, and Davon Vele at wide receiver. He's got 9 of them. Pretty strong up top, too. Running backs, Ashton Genty, Bashal Tootin, Tyler Algier, Blake Corum, Alvin Kamara, Kamani Vidal. So Kamara, Vidal. That's a good running back room, man. Very good running back room. Quarterbacks are Herbert, Cam Ward, and Tua. That's an issue. Juwan Johnson, Jake Ferguson at tight end. That is also an issue. Okay, so I want to hear A through F grades here. Jake says, screw Chuck, man. He made his own bet. Anyone that's named Chuck out there, I feel sorry for you. Sorry about that. I'll show you the tight end rankings cruise in a second once I get this these grades out the way here. So Jay's biggest issue, your receivers are awesome. Jefferson, Higgins, Wilson, and Jamison Williams. That's your flex. Sutton, Coker, Tesla. I feel like the 9 receivers is unnecessary with this team, and the fact that your second quarterback's Cam Ward, as much as I love Cam Ward, and you have Tua as your 3, and you only have 2 tight ends, and they're not great. That's my issue with this team because I love the running backs, I love the receivers. I'm giving this one a C+ because the roster construction. The players are good. I have issues with the roster construction, so yeah, and I love the Corum thing. Again, I love a lot of the players you took. But like rolling with just Jake Ferguson and Juwan Johnson is an issue, and then having Cam Ward as your 2. If you had if you had Josh Allen or you had Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, I'd be more comfortable with it. I love Herbert as well, but like I'm gonna go C+ just because roster construction issues. I think that you didn't need it. You could have gone with 7 or 8 receivers in this team. I would have liked a 3rd tight end. I would have loved Pat Freiermuth. If you took Pat Freiermuth instead of Jalen Tolbert, I would give this a B. Honestly, you just need some more security there at tight end. B- from Mouth. Jake says B-. Give me a couple more grades. Let's go to my team here. We are looking at, I'll give you the receivers first. JSN, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Casey Concepcion, Darnell Mooney, Elijah Surratt, and Jahan Dotson. Little thin there, but I have a lot of them. Running back, Saquon Barkley, Chase Brown, Kyle Monangai, Rashad White, Chris Rodriguez, Tank Bigsby, Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, Sam Laporta, Mason Taylor, and David Njoku. So biggest issues is high-end receivers. JSN, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin's okay. I guess Brian Thomas is fine as a flex, but then it gets bad with like my bench receivers, my 5 through 9, Worthy, Concepcion, Mooney, Surratt, and Dotson. That's not great. Tight ends are fine. Quarterbacks, I only have 2, but it's Jalen Hurts and Patty Mahomes. B+ to A- is what I would probably give it because I'd like to start so much. But let me know what you guys think and what the biggest flaw is. I think it's the back end wide receivers, but this is a team that needed 9 wide receivers because I didn't draft a wide receiver. Really didn't draft too many of them after the 6th round. But I am a fan of this team. I love Sam Laporta, obviously. Kyle Monangai, Rashad White, Chris Rodriguez. Like the running backs are kind of weak too after the top 2. Maybe it's a solid B. Maybe I'm overrating this one. What do you guys have for me? And then for mouth, we're going to hop in a underdog after this one if you guys want to draft with us. Jake says B+. Jake, if you want to hop in this underdog, you're more than welcome to. Dakota says your draft smash when I'm not in the draft. Yeah, when you're not fucking taking all my players, man. Asshole. I'm super fortunate to come out of this draft with Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes at value when you have a guy next to me that took 5 quarterbacks. So, like, usually when that happens, your team, it kind of fucks up the entire, like, the integrity of the league, and you get a little screwed. So the fact that I got out of this draft, and I have a lot of stacks. I have Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Devonta Smith. I have Patty Mahomes and Xavier Worthy. So I have some stacks. Okay. So, Miles says B. It's the $2 one. So we'll go to it real quick. UDFA 2. I'm gonna join it now when you hear this. Here we go. I'm joining. I know we're the stream's always on a little delay. We have 10 more to start, so I think we're good. Ooh, mouth goes A-. Thanks, man. Yeah, the tank thing's nice. So we're in the draft now. If you want to get in, it's UDFA 2. Might be a full draft of all my constituents here. Everyone, berate Jake to join the community. Let's all berate Jake to join the community. Yeah, I have 6 as well. We're on the same one. Berate him. Berate him. There we go. I'll berate him. It's the place to be. I'll show you even a clip. This is what you can expect from joining the Discord and getting in the community.
What do you call it, Kramer? It was. Come on, Rudy. Come on. We call it the place to be. The place to be. Yes.
Mouth, you've earned a lifetime of underdog drafts with your supers because you're the most generous guy on this channel and you're keeping the show afloat in the offseason when no one's really watching. That's why Jake needs to join and support his boy and also get in the community because it is the fucking place to be. I see what you're saying, Dakota. That's the key is in best ball, especially, man. In redraft, I don't really care about roster construction because there's free agency, there's trades. Even in leagues that don't have trades, like in best ball, you get one shot. The draft is everything, and like roster construction is literally as important as drafting the right players. Because now, if you don't draft the right players, you're not winning. That's for sure. But if your roster construction's off, like you leave yourself fragile at a position, you have an injury, like you're fucked. So both are equally important. In redraft, roster construction doesn't matter at all because you can make up for it, and guys will pop up and free agents and etc. But it's a due to the stacking Saquon and Tank not to lose RB1 production. Usually I don't do that. But and also I said that I do think that Tank will have some standalone value because the Eagles do tend to blow teams out. And like Tank Bigsby, you saw what he did last year, dominated when he had the opportunity. Like he was actually more efficient and better than Saquon was in that same role. So no, I'm not saying he's a better player than Saquon Barkley, but Jonathan Taylor at 2. Hey-o. Thanks, dude. Kiss my third leg. I will kiss. You know what? I will kiss your third leg all day. So it gives it 3. We have Dakota at 11 and Mouth at 12. They're gonna be battling this shit out. I love it. Exactly. Crew's making a good call here. You jump in now. You are grandfathered in forever. It's after the first year, so he's not going to get the same price as y'all got because you guys are officially grandfathered in the base rate forever. We appreciate you. But now it's a second tier of base rate. It never changes, and it just keeps on every year. As long as the bets keep on hitting, because, guys, the bets are going to continue to hit. And that is just free money. You all get free money up in here. Pull that up real quick. 96 and 58, gentlemen. If you put $100 on all of those bets last year, you made over $3,000. That's with juice. Because I don't do anything worse than 120. Usually they're all minus 110. So that even if you do $10, you made $300. That's like years of the Patreon. Let's see where we're at here. Is there anyone else in here? Is it just Mouth and Dakota in this one? Yeah, Jay. That like I said, I got lucky. I got Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. So, heyo, Jake's the man. Just for that, for the preemptive sign up. Anytime someone signs up for the Patreon on the live stream, I do a chug and a beer. I do a chug and a beer for almost anything. I'm a whore. I also like to drink. So this is hats off to Jake for joining the community. And once you get in, man, I'll get the email and I will send you an invite and we can talk in the Discord tonight. Let's see what our guys are doing here. Genty, Mouth has Jefferson and A-Chain. Cheers. Ooh, I went down pretty smooth. A little dangerous. All right, shot to do. Man, Dakota loves Saquon. I love that you love Saquon because I do as well. Look at this running back run. Here we go. All right. I'm glad I got Gibbs with this running back run. I can't believe it fell to 3. Everyone, shout out and applaud Jake and welcome him with open arms to the hippest, coolest, most non-PC, but also most respectful group of guys. I want to say east of the Mississippi, but some of you guys are west of the Mississippi, so in the United States, but some of you guys are Canadian. Oh, Jake's in this draft too. He's CT Wizzle. I'll check out what you got going on after this. London, McBride. God damn it. Well, both my guys just got taken. We're going to go ahead and take George Pickens. So CT Wizzle. Ha, you guys are all back to back to back. We got Wizzle. We got Jake at 10, Dakota at 11, and Mouth at 12. And I'm all the way over here at 3. I'm loving life. Loving life over here. ETN. Ooh, we're going to go Nico here. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, it's definitely changed, man. Since we even did him like a couple weeks ago, right? Well, Jeremiah Love never goes. He usually goes like 18, 19, 20. Chase Brown went at 18. Look at that run, man. It was 6 straight running backs. And now you get a wide receiver run. Emeka Ibuka at 29. What is this? Why? Why would somebody do that? That's fucking terrible.
And you got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue. Emeka Egbegbue.
All right. I'm going to grab a brewski. I'll be back in like, I don't know, 10 seconds. All right. There goes Josh Allen. Josh Allen fell to 33. That's impressive. This is a pretty sharp room, probably because there's fucking 4 fanatics in this goddamn room. Garrett Wilson at 35. Love that. T. Higgins at 34. Dude, Travis Etienne to Mouth. Mouth's hammering running backs now. Got some stiff competition here, guys. Draft grades are going to be very interesting in this one. Let's see. Missed the comments. What was it at before, Jay? I just started drafting Jonathan Brooks like somewhat recently, like being higher on him. As long as Carolina doesn't take a day 2 running back, which they shouldn't, like Jonathan Brooks is a fucking huge value. Here goes DJ Moore. Man, these guys are going early. No. Well, I need these guys. Bucky, Hendy. I'm just going to have to take wide receivers here. What's she doing? What? We're going to go ahead and take Luther Burden. I think it's my first Luther Burden share that I've had. No Lovelands. Fine with those guys. This might be a David Montgomery spot for me. Dude, look at Bucky Irving just falling. I mean, dude, I'll take him at 51. I don't want to, but he has more than 0. He played like 4 weeks, Dakota. So he tore his ACL at the end of college, right? And then came back and played 4 weeks. And then literally is like fourth game, the first game getting a full workload towards ACL again. So that is an issue. But it's 2 full years removed now, almost 2 full years removed. So we're going to take Montgomery. Give me that safety, that touchdown. I got Sonic and Knuckles, and they're on different teams now. It's best of both worlds, right? All right, let's go back to the board. Sorry, sleeping on the job here. A little early on Montgomery, but I value him pretty high. Quarterbacks are still available. Those Colson Loveland, that's actually pretty decent value. Could have looked at him. I'm gone full Bears. There's 20 rounds as well. Fucking love it. I think Underdog has gone to 20 rounds now permanently. Last year they were all 18. Fucking digging it, man. 20 rounds is so much better. You can comfortably take 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends and not really miss out at the skill position players. Before, you kind of had to make a choice of like 2 and 3. One had to be 2 and the other one had to be 3. Usually I'd go 2 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends. Roma Dunze at 56. That's super nice. Bayshell Tootin. Dude, this room is really, really sharp right now. The quarterbacks are just, I mean, is there, Joe Burrow's available, Jaden Daniels. Still some dudes. Brian Thomas at 59. Dude, can you believe I got Brian Thomas at 77 in full PPR on DraftKings? Like, that's where he should go, honestly. He should go actually before. He should go like early 5th. But, Jesus. There goes Jaden Daniels from Mouth. Had to do it. He might be starting a quarterback run here. Joe Burrow is still available. Swift is available. Harvey's available. Lemon, Parker Washington. There goes Joey B. Joey B and T. Higgins. Nice fucking work, brother. All right. I can set my queue now. Caleb, Swift, Harvey, Pierce, and there goes Caleb. Fuck my life. I needed that stack, dude. Drake May fell pretty far in this one. Good work, brother. All right. I just need one of my guys in the queue, and don't do it. They've gone all. There we go. We'll take Alec Pierce. Cool with that. So I got one of them. Gibbs, Montgomery, Pickens, Collins, Burden, and Pierce. It's not bad. Do I take... man, I'm tempted to take an unstacked Jalen Hurts, but I should take Dak. And I could take Chuba Hubbard as well. Sutton. There goes Tyson, Washington, Metcalf. All right, I'm going to get one of my quarterbacks. I prefer Dak because I have Pickens. There we go. Take that. Maybe pair him with another passing game weapon later down the road. God, it was 9 carries, maybe like 4 catches, so 13 touches. That's wild. That was a really bad, dude. That running back class, like, it was already, really all-time bad, like, coming in terms of how it was rated because he was the first running back off the board at pick 40. The second running back in that class was Trey Benson. So, like, the top 2 guys that were drafted and how they were rated was Jonathan Brooks and Trey Benson. Like, talk about garbage. Can someone look at Blaker, if you're still in here, or somebody that's not in this draft, can you look at the running backs that went in that draft and see if there's anyone that actually has panned out? I can probably do it. I'm just doing too much right now, so I don't want to get auto drafted. Someone do that for me. There's got to be someone. Jay, you're not in this draft. Can you go back and go to Draft Buzz or go to something, and it's the 2023 running back class, and just list me the names of the first 6 guys taken. Bucky Irving, was he in that one? So Bucky Irving was in that draft. So okay, that's kind of a mixed bag there. Chuba 81, Stevenson 80. Ooh, Tucker Kraft love. My hero Tucker Kraft. Fucking love that guy. Hope he's healthy, man. Justin Herbert. Every time Herbert's name gets mentioned, I got to play the Herbert clip here.
That's a nice muscly throwing arm you got there.
Thanks.
Got a nice tip for you right here in my pocket for my arthritis. Why don't you reach in there and fish it out for yourself?
Reach on in there and fish it out for yourself. Tyler Algier. Kyle Monungai. So what am I looking at here? Only 2 running backs. Got options at quarterback here with CJ Stroud and Daniel Jones. Those are gross. Running backs are just getting gobbled up, man. Oh, shit. Okay, there's tight end options here. Pop both these fine gentlemen in the queue. Ricky Pearsall would be nice. Ooh, got a little something cooking here. A little something cooking in the oven. There goes Stafford. So this guy's got Hurts, and this guy doesn't have a quarterback. So Jackson Dart and Brock Purdy. Jaylen Warren is still, that kid is back on the escalator. Jaylen Warren's still available. Man, I hate Jaylen Warren, and God damn it, you asshole.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme.
I took Ricky Pearsall because Jaylen Warren was going to be my pick. So now, do I take Brock Purdy, which I probably should do, or do I take a tight end because Kyle Pitts is still there? Oh, the questions. Shit. Sorry, man. It's 2024 draft. Sorry, Jay. It's 2024. I don't know what I was thinking. 2024 because they played 2 years. So it's the Jonathan Brooks, Jared Goff taken ahead of. He has Jamison Williams. That's why. Jackson Dart. We're gonna go ahead and take Brock Purdy. And those are 2 quarterbacks. I'm good with those 2 quarterbacks. You guys all have quarterbacks, so this is a good situation for us. Now they're going to start going. Sorry, Jay. Yeah, 2024 draft. I don't know why I was saying 2023. So Jonathan Brooks went in the second round, and then Trey Benson was the second guy off the board it was early third round, like the first pick of the third round. I think that was Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving was a 5th round pick, and I don't know who else was in that draft class off the top of my head. Xavier Worthy, Pittman. There goes Jordan Love. This fucker's got 3 quarterbacks: Drake May, Patrick Mahomes, and Jordan Love. Like, why, bro? He has 2 running backs. People are stupid. I mean, I guess I only have 2 running backs as well, but all right, to the big 3 here with Jake, Dakota, and Mouth back to back to back. Don't you love how that works out, man? You get 4 of us in here, and 3 of you guys are all on one side. I'm actually really digging it. Tyler Shuck at 105. So the quarterbacks are super thin now. It's really thinned out. Fuck. Great pick, man. Great Blake Corum pick. Mouth is pissed you took Sam Laporta. He already has Harold Fannin, but dude, Sam Laporta at 107. Kyle Pitts at 108. Man, you guys just getting values, bro. Values. I would have taken, if I didn't take, I would have taken one of those tight ends. Had I gotten Jalen Warren and I didn't have Ricky Pearsall, I would not going to take Brock Purdy. So I would have taken one of those tight ends. And I was going to be happy with the value at fucking pick 100. QJ, Quentin Johnson. Jaden Reed, hell of a pick with the trade of Dontavian Wicks and Romeo Doubs leaving. Man, Jake's kind of like a sharp, man. You're sharp. I don't like it. I mean, I like it for you, but up in 5 picks. Ooh, we got some dudes here. Kenny Gainwell. Josh, I can't take Josh Downs. Damn it. I could take Matthew Golden, though. And I could take Aronde Gadsden. Ooh, George Kittle. Let's do it. God damn it, Kenny Gainwell. Fuck. I'm coasting. What am I coasting on? You like the team? I mean, it's not the best. I take George Kittle. I only have 2 fucking running backs, which isn't great. That's a big problem for me right now. I do have some 6 stacks going on, though. Chris Rodriguez. Oh, yeah, I am coasting. It is nice, and I have to, like, I can set my queue and not worry about, anyone taking my guys because you're so far away. Heyo, we're going to go ahead. You know what? I'm going to take Ferguson and double stack both my quarterbacks, which to win this thing, I'm going real aggressive in this team. So it's going to either flame out. I'm going to get 9th or 1st. GT in the his, man. What's going on, GT? Shout out GT. Very loyal, very long time listener of the show. So here's the draft class. Thank you, Jay. Benson, Brooks, Corum, Marshawn Lloyd was 4th, and oh my, Jalen Wright was 5. And then Bucky Irving was also in that draft, so that was a nice find there for the Bucs. But what a bad running back class. Like, I like Blake Corum, but he hasn't really had the opportunity. Marshawn Lloyd's played like 3 snaps. Like, talk about a guy that's never played. At least Jonathan Brooks has had multiple ACLs. Like, that's a reason. Like, I always say Marshawn Lloyd gets hurt going to the grocery store. or like working out. Like I'm surprised that the workout ban thing that happened to Anthony Richardson didn't happen to Marshawn Lloyd. It might happen in the future. What a bad class that is, man. Those are the first 5. Jalen Wright out of Tennessee. Dude, Tennessee just does not produce NFL fucking talent. Now, I know Peyton Manning went there, but recent memory, Tennessee has not produced shit. Definitely not a wide receiver, and their running backs are pretty questionable. Mouth has a stacked quarterback room. I need some running backs, though, because and he takes Aaron Jones. Would have been on my radar. This is going to have to be a fucking 7 running back team, which I hate doing. I hate it. GT, you got to start drafting with us. If you don't have Underdog, get it. Danny Dimes, Cam Ward. So, CJ Stroud is still available. I could do that, but there's no point. There's no point in taking CJ Stroud at all. Okay. This is disgusting. Both these guys, 4 and 4. They shouldn't take running back. The guys next to me should not take running back. Mason, Irving. Okay, running back. This guy's got. This guy only has 3. Fuck, he probably will take a running back. Let me have Jonathan Brooks. Don't take him. Don't do it. Okay, there's a tight ends. No one I like there. No one I like here. Bryce Young. Nope. I'm rolling with 2 quarterbacks on this team. I need the depth. I need the running back depth. All right. There goes Mendoza. Officially no quarterbacks left besides Bryce Young. He took Mark Andrews. Sweet. Go ahead and get Jonathan Brooks. And don't forget about Bo Nix was in that class as well. And JJ McCarthy. So JJ McCarthy counts as a negative. So JJ McCarthy takes away Bo Nix. Like Bo Nix doesn't exist because JJ McCarthy's that bad at football. Michael Penix as well. So a couple misses there with Penix. Most likely a miss with Penix. And JJ McCarthy's definitely a miss. But Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and Bo Nix. Like, I mean, last year's AFC Championship game was Drake May versus Bo Nix. Like, just think about in the AFC. No Josh Allen, which I know makes Dakota smile. No Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson. It was those 2 second-year quarterbacks. Caleb Williams is 1 game away from going to the NFC Championship game, and it was an overtime game, so it could have been right there. Nice pick, Trey Harris. Love that. Man, Jake's got a good team. And then, so Jaden Daniels also went to an NFC Championship game his rookie year. So you have 3 NFC Championship games. You have Caleb Williams with a divisional round appearance in the first 4 quarterbacks, 4 of the first 5 quarterbacks taken. And then you have JJ McCarthy, who Kevin O'Connell had to change his offense for, and they played at Carson Wentz with 1 arm over him for a week. Remember that game that it was a London game or a Germany game, one of those overseas games, and they trotted Carson Wentz out there with a dislocated shoulder, just hanging on by a fucking thread, man. And JJ McCarthy's on the bench with a fucking sprained ankle he suffered 4 weeks prior. Josh Allen breaks his ankle and just fucking doesn't miss a play. JJ McCarthy, you suck, you jackass. I need that fucking clip in here, man.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. That is a great idea.
Those are the only kind I have.
I can hear my hair growing. You want some soup?
Calvin Ridley. Ooh. Keyshawn Booty. Let's see how you guys came across. Adonai Mitchell, Keaton Mitchell, And Brandon Ayuk. Mouth has a very aggressive team. Man, your guys' teams all look fucking stacked. I think the rest of this room is fucked. If like, I know it's two of us that are advancing in this one. Have you seen Strange Wilderness, Dakota? That's like right. It's the same exact, like it's a Happy Madison production. It's got Jonah Hill. It's got whatever his name is, the main guy from Grandma's Boy. It's like the same exact like situation as Grandma's Boy. They're like Steve Zahn's in it. They're like he's got a wildlife show his dad had forever, and it's like a fucking joke. Pretty good movie. It's only like an hour and 25 minutes too, so nice, easy watch. Definitely recommend that one. That's like Ray turned me onto that movie. He thinks it's like a top 10 comedy. Grandma's Boy's better for sure. More iconic. Take James Conner. Don't love it. I don't love it, but I know Mouse loving that pick, but yeah, Strange Wilderness. It's got Justin Long, the same type of dudes that are in all those movies. But it's a if Grandma's Boy is a B plus, Strange Wilderness is a B minus. Pretty fucking funny, dude. And like I said, it's like really short too. Grandma's Boy for me is just it's like our generation, the video game thing. Also, not a lot of movies made about like the video game community, so got to put that one. It's pretty iconic, very quotable. This one isn't as quotable, but some really good moments. It's got really, really fat Jonah Hill in it. Have you guys, we talk about this with Ray. Have you seen Jonah Hill recently? Like he looks like an ugly Ryan Gosling, like not even shitting. He's got like blonde hair. He's like 175 pounds. It's super weird, man. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to like get away from his, the fat guy thing, which we love Jonah Hill for being the fat guy. So I don't know what he's doing, why he's doing it, and I don't appreciate it.
I brought a little bottle of spermicidal lube, too.
And one little bottle of spermicidal lube?
Yeah, one little bottle of spermicidal lube.
Evan, that's psycho shit, man.
It's not.
It's like Charles Manson shit. What do you think Becca's gonna be psyched that you brought a bottle of lube? Oh, Evan, thank you for bringing that lube for my pussy. I never would have been able to handle your fucking 4-inch dick inside my pussy without that gigantic bottle of lube.
Jake with the Mason Taylor pick. Is Jake my spirit animal because he takes Tucker Kraft and Mason Taylor in the same draft. Now, I'm not as high on Tucker Kraft this year as I was last year, but Mason Taylor, I am. He took him 10 picks at ADP. So instead of bitching and whining like I always do, I'm just going to play this clip for you.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme.
Super upset at you, man. Really upset. Ooh, this guy. It's okay. It's a great pick. I mean, all I say is if I let him, my one rule, the one rule of Fight Club on this show is I have one guy that's mine. He's my gay lover. And if he's at ADP or past ADP, I won't complain. If it's earlier than ADP, you're going to get the clip. I mean, but I'm not a gangster, so it's not the Aaron Hernandez clip. You don't want the Aaron Hernandez clip. That is a shot. That's like 8 shots to the back. And then the thing is, Aaron Hernandez tries to fuck your dead body because he was gay. Hey-oh, I get to play this fucking clip for this guy. Never get to play it anymore.
I want to talk to Samson. Fly me to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
All right, we're just going to go all in on the Cowboys here. You know what? Shout out to 10 Things I Hate About You. I'm a big Heath Ledger fan, or I was, because he's now, rest in peace, Heath. What? Did someone take Ryan Flournoy? Dude, why? Jesus. You know what? This might be a Travis Hunter pick. Like, is that a waste of a pick, guys? Give me real quick. Travis Hunter, is this silly at pick 195? Like, Is it silly? Tell me, is it silly? Well, he's gone anyway, so fuck my life. TJ Hawkinson. I hate TJ Hawkinson. He's so bad. But 195. I mean, God, Ferguson and Hawkinson on the same team. That is just dirty socks, bro. That's like having a teenage son, the socks that, you try to wash if you're the mom. Just full. They're just so full of cum. Like, we all know those tube socks, right? That is the tube socks. That's what the tight ends are. My tight ends are the tube socks. 100%.
Yeah, Dad. You need some of this.
This is cum.
Anyways, I do enjoy 10 Things I Hate About You. I think it's in that era, how they were making like 10 high school movies a year. It was a little bit after the main era. Like the main era was like the late 90s. But that one holds up with all of them. And Julia Stiles. A lot of people say my wife looks like Julia Stiles. I think my wife's prettier. But Julia Stiles had a moment. And I think what killed her was that Save the Last Dance movie, which at the time was pretty controversial. I don't want to say why, but I think you guys know why. And a lot of the old 60-year-old men just like they canceled her in Hollywood because of what she did, which, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I didn't cancel her. She was in the Born Ultimatum in those movies, the Born Identity. She's popped up a few times, but didn't have the career I thought she would have. Let's get back to the draft, Tom. Pat Bryant, Torrey Horton, taking some second-year receivers there. Mouth is Eli Stowers, my boy. I got to figure out how to finish this team off right. I have 2, 6, 6, and 3. Tight ends are solid. Wide receivers are pretty solid. I could maybe take a flyer on a quarterback, but I'm going all in on the guys I have. So I have 3 more picks. Oh, it needs to be at least one running back. So let's take the best available here. And it's pretty gross. Nice pick, Pat Freiermuth. Man, dude. Fucking A, bro. Jake, you are a stud, man. Love this team that you have here. I love it. Oh, God. Yeah. Gilbert Brown. 6'2", 360. That's Cruz's kind of dude, man. Cruz is a monster. Cruz, what are your dimensions, Cruz? I don't mean your dick size either. You can give us that information too. I'm about 6 inches. What are your dimensions in terms of height, weight, and shit? All the dimensions, actually. Braylon Allen, Katrin Allen. We're gonna take Ray Davis here. Shoot for the moon with Ray Davis. And now it's going to be 2 receivers to end it off. Io Manor. I clicked on this Cruz comment. I thought you were saying you were 6'2", 360. I was like, holy shit, don't fuck with Cruz. That's pretty long, man. I think I've been playing since 2006. How many leagues do you play? Redraft leagues do you play per year, Jake? What do you throw in? Like, what is your buy-in and redraft per year? Just kind of curious to get a pulse on you. Devon Bailey, Kyle Williams. Shit. We're going to take Tunges. Didn't need to do it, but I'll have 7 receivers. That should be enough on this team. Maybe that was a mistake. We'll get 7. Tunges is essentially going to be a flex some weeks. And Cruz is 6'1", 260, a white Tony Gwynn. Hey-o! Tony Gwynn. You know what's funny? Tony Gwynn was actually very skinny when he came in the league. And just got bigger and bigger and bigger. But you know what? He still could move and one of the best hitters of all time. He was the fat Ichiro, if you will. Tony Gwynn. Dun, 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 dun. Man, taking 4 tight ends is probably a mistake, but I can play 2.
It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair. We lost as a team.
I was going to say, you just faced. I was just going to say that Jake just faced Dakota with that Deshaun Watson pick, but he already had 3 quarterbacks. So everything's coming up roses for you, Dakota, because the one time you don't need Deshaun Watson, he gets taken right before your pick. So you got to be happy about that one. Ollie Gordon, love that pick. That was my secondary option. It was Ray Davis then Ollie Gordon. I think Ollie Gordon probably has more of a snap share, but it's also tied to the Dolphins. So give me Ray Davis for this upside. I don't know why they don't use Ray Davis more. I think that they should use him. It's because they love Ty Johnson. That's the problem there is Ty Johnson gets those snaps, but Ray Davis is fucking good, man. Like every time he gets an opportunity, dude has 20 carries for $130. Every time he gets in the field, he's making plays downfield in the passing game too. Ray Davis, Kentucky's own Ray Davis. Blake's a big fan of him, as am I. So we got to take a last round receiver. Going to be my boy all the way down. Where's he at? Might just take Jalen Tolbert, actually. What the fuck? Did someone take him? Whatever. We'll take Tolbert. Try to take Helm. You got auto drafted? You got Njoku and Sam Laporta. So, all right. Famously small hand for Tony Gwynn. All right, let's go through the teams here, and we'll be doing draft grades A through F. A through F. This is a weird build for me. 4 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks, but 7 and 7. So Njoku's going to be on a team, Dakota. Don't worry. He's going to go to the Ravens, worst case scenario. He might go to the Dolphins. In that case, he's going to be fucking drafted in the 110s instead of 180. So don't be stressing your Njoku pick. I endorse that one. All right, so Dak and Purdy at quarterback. We have Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Rashad White, Jonathan Brooks, James Conner, Dylan Sampson, and Ray Davis. 7 running backs. We have 7 receivers as well. George Pickens, Nico Collins, Luther Burden, Alec Pierce, Ricky Pearsall, Calvin Ridley, and Jalen Tolbert's. A little thin there. I think I kind of neglected it a little bit. 4 tight ends, Kittle and Tunges, Ferguson and Hawkinson. Our stacks are huge, though. We have Dak with George Pickens and Ferguson. We have Purdy with Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, and Jake Tunges. Receivers are a little lacking, though. So I'm not going to give it a grade. No one can grade their own team. We have 4 of us in here. So you guys give us a grade here for my team. Very aggressive team here. A lot of stacks. 7 receivers I'm a little disappointed in, but I feel like the flex is going to be tight end a lot of times tight end. And who knows? Maybe some of these running backs will pop their heads up. So give me an A through F grade of this squad. I'll go through it slowly again. The 4 tight ends there. The cum socks, as I call them, Jake Ferguson and TJ Hawkinson. Receivers ain't great. Dakota says C+, Mouse says B+. It's a boomer bust team for sure because all the stacks, like so many stacks. Dakota always grades my teams very harshly. So it's almost like take his grade with a curve. Like it's just like the Rob curve. Maybe he has a very high opinion of me and he wants me to do better. I could have done better for sure. The running backs after the top 2, like this is a smorgasbord of shit. It's just because I did so much stacking. And sometimes stacking can go wrong. But if I get in the tourney, watch out. All right, moving on to we have Jake's team. Joe Burrow. Jay says B-. Thank you, Jay, for the chime in there. So B-, B+, B+, and C+ from Dakota, which actually counts as a B because you got to add a letter grade onto Dakota's grade for me. All right, Jake has Joe Burrow, Daniel Jones, and Deshaun Watson. Hey, I could multitask, Dakota. No excuses on any of these teams, except for the one time I got auto drafted Tua. That was kind of an excuse because I was on a rant probably about a movie or something or a fat chick. We have Joe Burrow, Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, Omarion Hampton, Bashal Tutin, Kyle Monangai, Blake Corum, Alvin Kamara, Kamani Vidal. This is a fucking great room. This is a great room. St. Brown, T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Jaden Reed, Omar Cooper, Trey Harris, Adonai Mitchell, Kyle Williams, Tucker Kraft, Mason Taylor, Pat Fryermuth. Jesus fuck. The only gripe I have is just like Jaden Reed is your 4. And then Omar Cooper, which I actually don't hate there. I love Trey Harris. I like Adonai Mitchell. I love the players. Just the wide receivers with them, but so are mine. So the running back room is fucking delicious, dude. Like Monangai and Corum are so nice there. Kamara and Vidal. This is an A. Like this is a fucking A, dude. Hetzer, it's an open competition, and if you ask Dakota, he is starting. So I think this is an A. I don't. The only gripe I have is the high end wide receivers, but you have the Devonta Smith factor on this team, and I think it's a way better than 50% chance AJ Brown gets traded. If and when that's the case, Devonta Smith's ADP, you see it at 40 right now. He's going to be drafted at 26 overall. He's going to go in that Chris Olave range. So you have that too. Like that's just a fucking feather in your cap, dude. And like I love some of these players too. I'm not a big Tootin guy, but the upside's there. But you backed it up with Monangai, Blake Corum. Alvin Kamara's fine. I mean, as long as he plays, he's going to get some touches. And Alvin Kamara is still a good back. Kamani Vidal, this is an A for me. So we have B+ from Mouth, B. I have A. It's a really good team, man. We'll see if anyone can beat this one. Going over to Dakota's team, I'm going to say F, and then I'll look at it. So, Justin Herbert, Cam Ward, Geno Smith. No Deshaun Watson this team. Ashton Genty, Saquon Barkley, that's super nice. Tyler Algier, Emmanuel Wilson, Keaton Mitchell, Nicholas Singleton, and Braylon Allen. So you have 7 running backs. Garrett Wilson, Tet, Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison, Quentin Johnson, Jalen McMillan. Dude, I love those receivers. The Tet at value, Garrett Wilson at value in my mind, and then Thomas, Harrison, Quentin Johnson, Jalen McMillan, even Keon Coleman, and then Laporta and Njoku. So that's his issue, was he said he wanted to take Gunnar Helm. Gunnar Helm kind of sucks, and they're probably going to draft the tight end. They might draft Sam Roush. So I don't think you're missing too much there. You should have done more at tight end, though. But Sam Laporta is awesome. So as long as he stays healthy, I'm going to give this one a B. I'm not going to be an asshole like you, Dakota. I'm going to give it a B. Just because the running backs are an issue, but Tyler Algier is a fine 3. But these wide receivers, dude, like your 4 is Marvin. I just like the upside of Marvin and Brian Thomas. One of those guys is for sure going to pop this year. And then Quentin Johnson, McMillan are 2 big play dudes. And Christian Kirk's a floor. Keon Coleman could be something where you got him, like maybe he fucking finds his footing there. Tight ends are weak. Quarterbacks are weak, but it's a B. We have C. Jay says B. What does Jake, what do you have for this team for the last grade? I should say lower than B, but I just love the receivers. But I guess maybe it's a B- because I'm thinking about the tight end thing is an issue, and the quarterbacks aren't the best. If you had a better high-end quarterback, as much as I love Herbert, definitely upside. Yeah, you did stack. Let's see. What's the stack? Maybe I didn't notice the stack. Hold on. A lot going on here. As you said, it's hard to host. Fucker. You have Herbert and Quentin Johnston. And you have, that's it. Yeah, Herbert and Quentin Johnston. Cam Ward. And you have 1 stack? Are you saying that's stacking? The hell out of here. Oh, you have Geno. My bad. Okay, Geno and Garrett Wilson. 2 stacks. All right. I didn't trash the team. I gave you a B, you prick. I gave you the best grade of anyone in the fucking chat. Hatcher says the team doesn't wow me, but there's upside for all of them, I suppose. Yeah, I'm going to stick with B. B or B-, just because of the tight end situation. And now, again, the same thing I said about Devonta Smith with the trade. Like, if Njoku lands on the Dolphins, dude, like, now you didn't need a 3rd tight end because you have 2 elite tight ends. Like, and I just like the McMillan, Quentin Johnson, Marvin Harrison, Brian Thomas. Like, as much as I'm not a Quentin Johnson guy, you have the stack, and also he's going to have games with 2 touchdowns. Like, that seems like a part of reality now. So, okay, we're going to go on to Mouth's team. I know he drafted really aggressively. I don't know what off the top of my head. Here we go. Damn, this quarterback room is sick, bro. Jaden Daniels, Kyler Murray, Malik Willis. Value on all of them, but Jaden Daniels. And I still think Jaden Daniels at 61's a value because I like him. That's super nice. Devin A-Chain, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Aaron Jones, Tracy, and Ollie Gordon. That is this wide receiver room has to be bad, Mouth, because look at the start of this draft. Jefferson, Tate, Addison, Ayuk, Washington, Pat Bryant, Torrey Horton, and Devon Vele. Well, there it is. Harold Fanning, Kyle Pitts, and dude, your tight ends are fucking silly, bro. Harry Fanny, Kyle Pitts, and Stowers. Wow. So Tate needs to land in a good spot, but he should be fine. I'd like him as a 3 better than 2. Addison's okay. Ayuk as your 4, that's where it's rough. But get the hell out of here with Gunnar Helm, man. Like Gunnar Helm, I like Gunnar Helm out of Texas, but they're going to draft somebody and like he's going to be the inline guy blocking. So what are you going to get from Gunnar Helm, really? Now you would have stacked. The stack would have been nice with Cam Ward, but it would have raised it from a B- to a B or a B to a B+. So this team, man, it's awesome besides the wide receivers, which obviously is something's going to sacrifice. But you have the double stack with Kyler. You have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Love that. Jaden Daniels. You're probably going to have the Brandon Ayuk stack there. That's nice. Who knows? Maybe they get Stowers. And then Malik Willis, you have A-Chain. Yeah, you're stacked here. This is just kind of similar to my team and how aggressive it is. Like we're a team that's, if we make the playoffs, we're super dangerous, but this could easily be like a 7th or 8th place finish. So yeah, and Tate could go there as well. I'm going to go with a solid, I want to give them all Bs, but they're all really good teams. I think a B, maybe higher. It just, the wide receivers are rough, but like if Brandon Ayuk, there's a lot of ifs on the wide receiver front. But you're not going to, a lot of times you're going to have your flex be Kyle Pitts, right? So like you only need 3 receivers. You're relying on Minnesota a lot, which I don't hate the bet on. It's a B or a B+ for me, dude. It's just because I do reward aggressiveness and stacking, and you have a lot of stack and you have a lot of aggressiveness. Like this is a first or last type team. Although it's not going to get, like, these quarterbacks are just unreal, dude. Daniels, Kyler, and Willis, and just looking at the tight ends, Fannin, Pitts, and a stud rookie. Man, this is a good team. We all had fucking good-ass teams. I might have the worst team in the bunch, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, one of the things is you guys watch this show so much, you're consuming and just getting all this information, and now you're just turning it against me. I'm excited for our redrafts. And Jake, by the way, if you're going to sign up after this, just check all the tiers. You see, there's a lot of perks in the tiers that are different. If you want to play some redrafts with us, we're going to have 5, 6, or 7 of those leagues for everyone to play against me, all the other co-hosts. And we're starting to get those together now. So if the $10 tier gets you access to those, as well as the bets and just pretty much everything. The $22 tier is everything. And it's also just a nice gift to me. If you want to come on the show, that comes with the $22 tier, which, as you see, there's some fans that come on the show. So I like drafting last though, Mouth. 100%. Like your bet on Minnesota there's not going to be a lot of teams like this because you have Aaron Jones, you have Jefferson and Addison. Like, yeah, dude, there's some good teams here, guys. Yeah, Jake, appreciate you, man. You won't regret it. It's the place to be. It's a great community. And you seem like a cool dude. I'm not going to say no to people joining, but if there's like assholes out there, I don't know. I don't need them. We don't need them, right? Or bigots. We joke about a lot of things in the show, but we're all about positivity and love here. So, all right, gentlemen. So do we have a consensus winner, guys? I think I'm going to go for Jake just because that team, there's no flaws. Like the other, like there's a little flaw in, There's a little flaw. There's some flaws in my team. Mouth had a very aggressive draft, and then Dakota had the tight end issue. There's no flaws in Jake's draft. So let's just go here and whoops. I always forget how to get to the. I always forget. I don't want to look at these. This is stupid. Whatever. All right. Great show. I'll go full here for a second. I'm back. I'm full. I'm here. I'm kind of sweating, bro. It was a pretty intense draft. So we are not bigots, correct? What should the rankings say? I don't ever pay attention to underdogs rankings because I've seen like their projections. I've seen teams that draft 5 quarterbacks be projected like the second most points in the league. So do I still have the Holy team on here? Let me see if I still have it on here. I might have had to take it off for the tight end show. Let me see. I don't think I have it on here anymore. Mouth. Sorry. We can post that in the Discord after this, and everyone can see that. Also, Dakota, post your dynasty that you did, your draft you did. You said you already finished it, right? So post that after this show so we can check it out, and I can give you an F grade. Yeah. We have a love-hate. By the way, shout out to Dakota. Did a great job. Second appearance on the show yesterday. Dude's a stud, man. I'm guessing his first 2 ever appearances on any podcast or any program. It's not hard to. It's not easy to do. I know I make it pretty easy. I'm a pretty good host, but you crushed it, man. But also, sometimes you're an asshole talking shit about LeBron.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme.
All right, that's going to do it here. We'll be back tomorrow with a couple more drafts. We have a new tournament on Underdog. We'll do a couple more drafts tomorrow night. The return of Nick O on Tuesday, talking some over-under win totals pre-draft. Me and Mouth on Wednesday, talking running back deep dive for the NFL draft. Storey is back on Friday, and we have every time I say Friday, I think of Office Space. Next Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. Storey on Friday. Big Ray will be back on Saturday for Open Bar. We have a big week upcoming, gentlemen. And then next week is the NFL draft. So we're going to live stream the NFL draft. It's going to be fucking awesome. Miles got to watch more film. Don't kill yourself though, buddy. You know ball and you've seen some of these guys. So I'm gonna go for a 4th turn on all these guys. I've watched pretty much all the running backs 3 times through, at least this year's film. I'm gonna go back and watch some of their freshman stuff. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, and I'm happy because I'm not a college football guy, as you know. So it's not as enjoyable for me watching these college kids play. It's hard for me to understand what I'm watching sometimes too. And it's just, I'm out of my element a little bit. I can't wait when the draft to be over. We can actually have landing spots for these guys. We can start turning the page to the actual 2026 season. We're going to make a lot of fucking money in this program, boys. Gambling, fantasy, you fucking name it. We're going to crush ass. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, if you're watching now, what are you doing? A lot of really good stuff coming this week. As always, the 6 or 7 co-hosts we have do a great job. Make my job a lot easier. And we appreciate everybody. And Mouth, of course, all the goddamn film, so much film. You know what? That's you just hit 2 goals. So before I get off this very program, I'm about to slug 2 brewskis just for that. So any other questions? Anything you guys? I got 5 minutes now. So give me any questions, any comments. Get them in now. I will answer them. Could be anything. Could be ask me anything. You know I'm an open fucking book. Here you go. I gotta grab one more. Hey, back.
What's happening here?
That French animal bit my ear off!
Well, that's an absurd exaggeration. My apologies, Bidwell.
He look in our tent. He look at my woman. He saw her breast.
Her breast? You saw her breast?
I've said it before and I said it again. Any man who look on her will die.
We gotta love Almost Heroes. You guys have not seen Almost Heroes. Chris Farley's last feature film. Dirty Work was his last actual film, but highly recommend that. Matthew Perry as well. So both the stars of that movie are dead. Jay, we have 2 spots technically available right now. We have 12 teams in it. So Jake as well, if you want to hop in the dynasty and get in the startup draft, we will move it to 14. If we get 2 more people, and it needs to be 2 people that I trust. Like, the idea of the dynasty is I want lifers in here. So if I could get you a possible spot, Jay, but we need 2 people to join, and 1 doesn't do us any favors. We need 2 to get to 14, and we'll have to re-vote on some of the rules. So we will do that if y'all want to join. So I'll chat with you in the Discord about it, Jay, and see if we can fill that up. Hell yeah. Jake is my spirit animal. Jake, are you exactly how old are you? You said you're 35, right? Are you my age? Because you're my spirit animal and I appreciate it. Here you go. Actually, I gotta do the shot first. Oh God. And then one more. And you're watching NBA film, Mouth? What are your what's Mouth? What's your take on the Lakers? They cooked. They might get Reeves and Luka back at the end of the first round. That might not be enough time. I'm 38. I keep on thinking I'm 36. I'm fucking 38. I'm fucking old. Here we go. Rob, how do you feel about the potential trade with Sam Laporta of the Chiefs? Lions get a first round pick, number 9 overall, and a 2027. There's no way Sam Laporta is not worth that much, though, right? Like, as much as I'm not a Sadiq fan, like Sam Laporta has a back issue right now. I know he's only 24 years old, but like, is he worth a 9th overall pick? I don't think so. Like Trey McBride would be, Brock Bowers would be. How would I feel about that? I would love it for the Lions and the Chiefs. I think I might like it for both teams. That just seems too much for me. Frozen pizzas or Hot Pockets. It depends on the frozen pizza. I feel like if you're talking about shit frozen pizza, it's Hot Pockets. You're talking about some of the better shit, it's going to be frozen pizza. But my thing is, I like real pizza, and it's a treat. And like frozen pizza is just not great. It feels like having sex with a condom. That's what frozen pizzas are. You're still having sex, but you're having sex with a condom. Where like real pizza is the raw dogging a hottie. So like you're talking about like good gourmet pizza, like not frozen. So that's my thing. So it's like sometimes I just pass on the condom sex and just go with a Hot Pocket. There you go. I will, Dakota. I just put my phone on charge because it was hold on. I'll grab it. Hold on a second. You are a deep diver, Mouth. I'm down with the Hornets, bro. I think the Hornets, they haven't won anything in a long ass time. Yeah, I don't think they would do that trade, though. They have Kelsey for one more year. Like, Noah Gray's fine. Like, you could find, this is a deep tight end class. Like, just take a guy in the 3rd round. Frozen pizza recommendations. You know, if I'm going to go cheap, though, because I don't buy, like, the good shit, because I just would buy real pizza. Red Baron's actually underrated. I hated it forever, but my wife loves Red Baron, and it's pretty good. Tombstone's okay too for how cheap it is, but again, I fucking hate frozen pizza. Yeah, Red Baron's good. Dude, I can eat. I wish I had the picture on here. Me and Ray crushed an entire like an 18-inch. We went out together a couple weeks ago. I showed the picture in the live stream, and we were both still hungry. It was also the best pizza ever. All right, I got my phone. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where'd you post it at? Rate my lineup. How many teams are in this, Dakota? How many teams are in this? DiGiorno, GT. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. DiGiorno is the most overrated piece of shit ever. It's like $9, dude. It's like you can get a large pizza at some places for like $13. Fuck DiGiorno. 12 team. Dude, I hear about Pequods all the time. You know what? I'm in Chicagoland area. I've never had it, so I've heard about it all the time. Aurelio's is my spot. So we have, here's his team, 12 team league, dynasty startup. Jaden Daniels, JCM, Tyron Tracy, Tet McMillan, Devonta Smith, Kyle Pitts, Emeka Ibuka, DJ Moore, Joe Burrow. It's a super flex. You got that going for you. Emmanuel Wilson, Andy Dalton, Trey Benson, Devin Neal, McMillan, Roma Dunze, Calvin Ridley, Mason Taylor. That's nice. Why do you have Roma Dunze on your bench, but your starting running backs are JCM and Tyron Tracy? You got to make a move right now, bro. Like, you got to trade Ibuka. I would trade Ibuka. You can get the most value for him. I think he sucks. So, because JCM might not be anything if they draft Love, and Tyron Tracy, both these teams are potential Love suitors, and neither of them are really the starter. Your receivers are stacked, man. DJ Moore is your flex, and you have Roma Dunze on the bench, and Jalen McMillan, who I like. So I would trade, and you have Calvin Ridley, who is fine for this year. So, dude, trade your picks. You have a win now team. Trade your picks right now, and trade Ibuka or whatever receiver you can get the most for, and get yourself an aging running back, dude. Get Saquon Barkley or something. Get someone like Derrick Henry. I don't care. You have a win now roster. So just you have your running backs are JCM and Tyron Tracy. And Emmanuel Wilson might be fine early in the year. But you have like Trey Benson, Devin Neal. So this team's awesome. And the fact that you have Roma Dunze on your bench and Jalen McMillan on your bench, and Calvin Ridley on your bench, those guys are all better than the running backs you have. We'll chat in the Discord, man, but you could make this team a win, like a juggernaut for the next couple of years. Yeah, DJ Moore is definitely a nice value this year. The only issue is we've seen Josh Allen the last couple of years really, really spread the ball around, right? And not really have a number one. Now, maybe it's because he hasn't had a number one. But even the last year with Stephon Diggs there, he wasn't really targeting Diggs that much. Yeah, the 0.1 per carry, but it's full PPR, right? Or is it half PPR, Dakota? If it's full PPR, wide receivers should be equally valued. And the problem is your running backs are both scat backs, so it's like they're not going to get any carries. So do what you can, move JCM and move Ibuka, trade all your draft picks, and just get 2 running backs, dude. And this team you have Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels. You have Kyle Pitts as your tight end. You have McMillan and Devonta Smith, who's about to go fucking ham. Yeah, I like this team. You just have to make some moves. It just sucks. You just drafted the team, you have to make moves, but you know what? There's no vetoes, which is nice. Rocky Road, cookie dough, or pistachio. I'm a simpleton when it comes to ice cream, bro. I buy a large gallon of vanilla. I get some like M&Ms or something. I make like a blizzard out of it. And I just put it in the fucking blender with some chocolate syrup and milk. And I just make shakes. That's what I do. I don't need any fancy shit. Also, I like to have my ice cream in volume. So buying Ben and Jerry's and shit, dude, I eat that in fucking 10 minutes. So what does that do for me? It's also $6 and I'm poor. So I'm going to buy the $6 gallon and just fucking have half the blender filled up and just drink out of the blender. It's very classy. My wife, it turns her on, dude, for sure. Well, Hetzer, unfortunately, Joe Brady is the head coach in Buffalo and he was the offensive coordinator. So nothing's really changing there and Joe Brady's a fucking moron. Can't believe he kept his job. Oh, here we go. Mouth wants. So here's Mouth's tight end rookie rankings. If you guys weren't watching the show we did last week, straight from the Mouth's mouth. See what I did there? He loves Sam Roush. So any of you guys, Mouth, did you get a chance to watch Oscar Delp out of Georgia? Dude looks like Brock Bowers out there. Now he's a lot more raw than Brock Bowers was coming out, but he is consensus tight end 9 right now. So just saying, that's a guy to keep an eye on. I'm going to have him up at 3 or 4, bro. I love this kid. Guy I just dove into. I dove in after we did our tight end show, which kind of bums me out. But he's going to be on my deep gem show with Storey, I think, because he might go in the 3rd or 4th round because of measurables. Dude has Stowers fucking measurables. Well, Hetzer, they have Khalil Shakir. They have the 2 tight ends. Now, the thing is, it appears that the tight ends are broken there. Constantly injured. Dalton Kakeda, I don't trust, but he's still going to be there. Dawson Knox going to catch touchdowns. They have guys. And also, it's a James Cook show. Oh, fucking, I can eat cereal. Yeah, cereal lasts about 2 sittings for me. Ooh, Mouth is all about Oscar Delp. I love it, bro. I love it. Dakota mentioned, good call, Dakota. You actually DM me in the Discord talking about Sadiq being your bust, not just tight end bust, your bust of the draft, which is pretty strong words. And Dakota knows fucking ball. And I think we're all kind of all not that strong on our the bust of the century or the bust of this draft like you are, but we're all lower on. I don't know if any of us have Kenyon Sadiq as our top tight end. I don't. Mouth clearly doesn't, and from this graphic, and I don't think Storey does either. So. That says a lot from a guy that's the only consensus first-round pick. Might go in the top half of the first round. Oh, GT says, Mouth, you're my number 1. Love that. I love this tight end class, man. I know I keep on saying it. It's not because of Kenyon Sadiq. I don't love this class because of Kenyon Sadiq, right? I love Stowers. I love Trigg. I actually like Claire. I'm pretty high on Roush. Jolie's fine. And then I'm really into Oscar Delp. So I think it's super deep. Like all guys that could be starters in the NFL. And then, after that, like it's all a crapshoot. But they all have the measurables and or the experience to be starters. Here's the thing, though, is you're kind of right, Dakota, that like if he ends up being a gigantic bust as the, let's say, 14th, 15th, 16th pick in the draft, that's going to go a long way in defining this draft class, even though that's not how I look at it. Like I look at depth. I look at like having more hits than misses in terms of like evaluating a position in a certain year. But the problem is if some of these other guys don't pan out and you have it Kenyon Sadiq busting at pick 15, now we have major issues and it's going to go down as a bad class. Here's a preview of the Michael Jackson movie, guys. It's coming out later this week. Here it is. You don't have to watch the movie. Just look at this picture. That's all I got to tell you. And also, shout out to Tiger Woods in the Masters. There's Tiger. Did not play in the Masters. And one more picture. I just love these pictures. There's Helen Hunt. Hi, Helen. The producer on this channel. It's Helen Hunt. She's always here right next to me. She's scared. She's very camera shy with how she looks these days, so you just don't get to see her. That's why I show the picture. She gets super pissed at me. GT, my pick is the Broncos. They're always looking for that joker, that athletic guy that can just line up all over the field. And Mouth did comp. I call him different names every time, Stowers. I did comp him to Mouth. Comped him to Taysom Hill. He has some Evan Ingram vibes, but like he's a little bit more athletic than Evan Ingram, stronger. That's the spot because I think they're done with Evan Ingram there. And it's probably a second-round pick, but they're in win-now mode. They need another weapon. They traded for Jalen Waddle. I like Troy Franklin's fine as like a 4 or 5. Pat Bryant, I really do like, and the running backs aren't sexy. So, is his son playing him in the movie? No, his son was born in a test tube. I'm pretty sure he's like in a lab somewhere. Is he actually like out in the wild, like in real life? I don't know. I don't know much of Michael Jackson's family, because they're very secretive about everything. So that is correct, Mouth. Roush is the only pure tight ends. Helen Hunt is one tight end I won't bust. You pull out Helen Hunt or you just wouldn't touch her at all. Hey, you would fuck with prime Helen Hunt though, dude. Come on. Storey loves the Helen Hunt thing. I do too. It's a nice bit, and I'm just going to keep on doing it like 30 years. I'm going to keep those pictures because those have a lot of sentimental value to me. Max Clare, man, he's all over the board because he was the consensus 2 for a while. Now he's down to consensus 3. I could see someone else jumping him. Maybe it's Sam Roush. He might go 10 and 4. So I'm looking at round 3 for him. Well, I can't get you drunk, but I can maybe, I don't know, if I drink enough, maybe like it'll like rub off on the stream. David, what's the news with Travis Hunter? Is he not a cornerback according to his ex post? Unfortunately, Travis, I didn't see the post. I heard all the reports out of the team though, beat writers, coaches, etc., and that is Travis Hunter's a cornerback, which this is the third time they said this offseason. He can say whatever he wants. The team's going to do what's best for the team. And I think it's a mistake because I don't think he's ever going to be an elite corner, and he has a better chance to be an elite wide receiver. But here you go. Sorry. It's not his call. The team is thin at cornerback, and they're flush at wide receiver. Like they signed Myers. They like Parker Washington. They have Brian Thomas, who I love, and they might draft a tight end in this draft. They have Bretton Strange, who's serviceable. Like they have no need for Travis Hunter right now, and they have a need at cornerback. So he can say whatever he wants. Was he going to demand a trade? He's coming off an injury, and he busted his rookie year. So there is a point, though, where Travis Hunter, how about these best ball drafts? Like we just saw him go to pick 195. There's a point where Travis Hunter's a value because you're throwing darts in the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th round. If he starts falling to 17th, 18th round, like, what are you getting with that pick anyway? There's some inherent upside with Travis Hunter. But yeah, I'm not touching him either. Definitely not in redraft. Sorry, Mouth, I missed your Sadiq comments. What did you say? He's a tight end 2 career player. He's a permanent 12-man player slot receiver that they can pay $14 million. That is a Sadiq. Yeah, that's a Sadiq comment. Yeah, he's going to be kind of one of those guys that's like in no man's land, right? Not a real tight end, but is he really better than a slot receiver? Is he better than a Wan'Dale Robinson at that role? I don't think so, because Wan'Dale Robinson's a very good fucking slot receiver, right? Jags wide receiver room be stacked, 2 stacked. Now, I think they should just play him at one spot, though. I am been very consistent on that even before he was drafted. He needs to pick one side. They need to pick one side. He's too raw in terms of mechanics, right? And like learning the positions. He's also too raw mentally. Like, I'm not saying the kid's not bright. I'm just saying it's like really hard for any player to come in and learn any position as a rookie at an elite level. You're asking this kid to learn 2? No. Sorry, man. Not going to happen. Tight end 3 is a tight end 1 backup. Yeah, it's all 12 personnel now. Big men who caress the ball. Oh, I got to play the clip. You do it. I got to do it. Where's it at? Man, I'm getting too many clips on here. It's hard to find them. There we go.
Your hands are what makes it possible. Your shoulder pads are hard and stiff. Your hands are tender and they can move and caress the ball. that's kind of gay, but hey.
GT, who are my Chargers taking with pick 1 and 2? So let's pull it up here. I have heard some pretty strong rumors about Zachariah Branch, who, if you know anything about Mike McDaniel, like, he loves speed, and Zachariah Branch could be that, that Tyreek Hill role. Now, he's not going to be running down the field like Tyreek Hill was, but remember that back in the day when it was Tyreek Hill, like, was kind of crouched behind the defense and they were always putting him in motion and putting him in these awesome situations. Zachariah Branch comes in day 1 and can do that kind of stuff. Not necessarily the down the field go route stuff. I think he could, but he hasn't proven that on film in college. But that is a spot. Now, he's probably not a second round pick. So they have the 22nd pick in the draft. What I could see him doing is going O-line, and I know like you're getting both your tackles back, which is awesome, but you're still a little thin on the interior line there. So you could go from having the worst offensive line last year because all those injuries to when you get your boys back and they're coming back, I think pretty healthy, man, to having the best offensive line in the league. And Harbaugh wants to run the ball, so that's a sneaky. I don't think one of the elite guys are going to fall to him at 22. They could trade up maybe. Obviously you have need at linebacker, and then obviously secondary as well. So it's linebacker, secondary. I think their pass rush is okay. What do you guys think? Anyone in the comments have an answer for me? Because again, I'm not a defensive dude, so not really my specialty. That would be more of a story thing. Offensive and defensive line from Dakota. Offensive line, dude, I'd say make a strength even stronger. And with the injuries that they've had there on the offensive line, like, can you trust them to stay healthy? It's nice to have a depth piece, a guy for the future, and a guy that could be a 6th offensive lineman. Chargers offense should be one of the most improved, just based on the offensive line, like I mentioned, and having a better coordinator. So, and Justin Herbert balled out last year, man. Really, maybe I was slandering him in some of the picks of Herbert earlier in the drafts tonight. Not saying he was not elite, because I don't have him in the tier of Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, but maybe we should. I also think their defense, and I just don't think they throw the ball that much. But last year we were wrong; they threw the ball a bunch. Whoops. Adam Gase will give everybody meth. That's what he does. It profiled as the top 10 offensive line coming into the year, and then you lose Slater, and then you lose Alt. Like, now the problem is he's missed a lot of games so far. So now it's an epidemic with him. So that's the guy I think that Alt's fine. Like, I love Alt. Like, I'm not worried about his injuries down the road, but I am a little worried about Slater. That's why you just got to get a guard that can play tackle, or just beef up that interior. Justin Herbert played awesome, and he's always hurt, dude. And like they just need to fucking surround him with. Please surround the guy with better O-line so we can see a fully healthy season with Justin Herbert. And because last year he was still running it. He had like almost 500 yards rushing, and he was pulling a Patrick Mahomes, dude. Like Mahomes and Herbert. Last year, Mahomes played his best football in the last 2 years, honestly. And he was just putting the team on his back. They weren't winning a lot of games. They were losing those close games, but like. How many games did Patrick Mahomes have 40 yards rushing? And how many games did Justin Herbert have 50 yards rushing? And like, that's not really their games. They can do it, but they're not Lamar Jackson and Jaden Daniels out there, but they were playing like it. I just love Justin Herbert. If you could build a quarterback in a lab, like it's Justin Herbert for me. As much as I love Josh Allen is a little bit more turnover prone. And like, I just love Justin Herbert's arm. I fucking love it. Adam Gase and Mike McDaniels and Jim Harbaugh are going to have their players hyped up on legal speed, yelling slogans from the 30s. That's a fucking crazy. Those meetings, dude. I want can they please be? I don't watch. What's the show? Someone help me out here. What's the show they do? The preseason, offseason stuff. Hard Knocks. Yeah, I don't watch Hard Knocks, but like that should be the Hard Knocks team. Just with those coaches, Adam Gase's eyes. I wouldn't want Adam Gase anywhere near anyone, really, but definitely not kids. And maybe we're being a little too harsh on Adam Gase, but fuck it. All right, gentlemen. Almost 2.5 hours in the show. Pretty good show. Good time. What's going to hurt more for the Bears or Eagles fans after last season? Close losses or the beatings? I'm pretty pessimistic about the Eagles this year, just based on what their expectations are, and they're a championship or bust team. And I'm not trying to be a homer here about the Bears. I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't like our offseason too much, but I just love Ben Johnson, man, and I am sold on Ben Johnson. I'm pretty sold on Caleb. I was a little hesitant him coming out. At the recent history, just our franchise developing quarterbacks has been so bad. But if Caleb can make one more jump, we are dangerous, bro. And we have a couple more years of cheap contract Caleb. And that's not just me. You guys know I'm not a homer, dude. I am a fantasy and gambler. I could give a fuck about the Bears. But like compared to guys like Ray and how J Bobo's with the Eagles, like I'm not like that at all. Ooh, I like this one. Sneaky landing spot for Malachi Fields, the Bears, because if they're not sold on Roma Dunze being that true X receiver and also his health concerns, Malachi Fields, now we're talking. I would love that. And you know what? One thing Ben Johnson likes, he comes from the Dan Campbell tree in terms of his head coaching mentality. And Malachi Fields is a mauler, right? And he's a guy that is essentially like another tight end out there blocking. So that's I would love that. I would love Malachi Fields to the Bears. Also, I think Malachi Fields, I don't want to, if I play in a dome, I play in a warm division, Malachi Fields doesn't make as much sense. A team like Pittsburgh, a team like Washington, a team like the Bears, you have a lot of these cold weather games. Separation's harder to come by anyway. Footing is rough. Like Caleb also will throw the ball up to you. Like that makes a lot of sense for a guy like Malachi Fields. Get him in a shitty weather situation and just moss some people, right? Like I fucking love him. Peanut says that Dunze is that guy. I hope so, man. I prefer a Dunze over Luther Burden in fantasy, even though he's going 8 or 9 picks later. But he has not showed a lot, guys. Like, again, all the drops he has had, some of the alligator arm stuff, the health concerns, it has not been great. Like, this is not the guy we were sold at, I think it was 9th overall in that awesome wide receiver class. He was not the guy we were sold. And, none of them have been because Jalen Polk, I believe, was also, it was McMillan, it was Polk, and it was Roma Dunze. All got drafted in the first 3 rounds in the NFL draft out of Washington, tied with Michael Penix. They've all Jalen Polk's out of the fucking league, dude. Out of the league. And I'll keep it up. Ooh, there we go. Jalen Polk's out of the league. So, and McMillan's fine. He's been hurt. And then Dunze has been a bust. At this point, he's been a bust. So, like, to say he's our guy, he's the guy. I am not that confident in Roma Dunze. Although I love him in fantasy because the opportunity. And here's my worry with Luther Burden is the snap share. With Cole Kmet being there, Colson Loveland is the one, guys. And I'm going to eat the L on Colson Loveland. I talk shit when they drafted him. I talk shit about the player. I talk shit about how high they took him. But he's the one. Cole Kmet is going to see the field. They paid Cole Kmet. They like Cole Kmet. So does Luther Burden, is he always in the field in 2 wide receiver sets? I would like to think he is, but Ben Johnson does some goofy shit, man. So I don't know. I think Luther Burden's the sexy hipster pick, right? The chasing the upside, and his metrics, his yards per route run were elite. It was like Puka Nacua level shit, but limited sample. I recall he had a deep touchdown on a flea flicker, which I'm not saying it wasn't a good play. It was wide open and it was awesome. Caleb Williams getting destroyed in his face when he threw that ball. 65 yards in the air, by the way, ended up being a 75-yard touchdown. That's going to help your yards per route run. I'm not saying he didn't earn it, but that's not the same as like other touchdowns or other 75-yard receptions. So limited sample. I am a Rome Odunze guy. Do you guys all agree, or am I crazy? Rome Odunze or Luther Burden this year in fantasy? I owe another chug, and I am going to get a beer. I got to hear what you guys think. My eyes are shit. I read COVID is too good. It does look like that convo is too good. You know what? COVID's not a big deal. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm not worried about it at all. The whole thing with the Eagles is their new OC is the pistol dude from Atlanta, and they're installing his offense over Sirianni. Well, I mean, I don't like the pistol, but I don't like Sirianni's offense. I don't like Sirianni at all. Sirianni's terrible. I'll give you that one. I do prefer Rome over Burden, like I said, as a player and definitely in fantasy. But I don't think it's as clear-cut, Peanut. I do like your name, by the way. Again, as you know, we're pretty much everyone on the show, all the co-hosts are Chicago dudes and Bears fans, besides a couple Niners fans. So we all have Rome in here. And it's crazy. Rome's going about 8 picks later. Dude should be big pimping, and Burden will be getting more involved. But you know what? The answer could be they both hit their ADP, because if this offense, now it's going to be one of those things where you have Loveland being tight end 3. You have, Luther Burden going wide receiver 24 and Rome Odunze going wide receiver 27, or it's 20 and 24, whatever it is. 3 guys going like is clear starters in fantasy. Always a red flag, because if the offense isn't top 8, top 5, top 8, top 10, 2 of those 3 guys are going to bust. So that's the worry. I am going to bet on Ben Johnson, but I also know they're going to run the ball a hell of a lot. Burden may have 2 or 3 boom games, but consistency with Odunze for season long. And I think we're all forgetting like how elite Rome Odunze was in fantasy. I think it was more elite in fantasy than it was in real life last year for the first 7-8 weeks before he had the stress fracture. Then he played 3-4 games, 5 games with that stress fracture. Then he had to sit out. And it was never the same. Like if you go to the timeline, look at the stats, look at the game logs. He was a top 12. I think he was a wide receiver 1 when he was healthy. And that's before the offense actually clicked. Like the offense was better. And this isn't a slight on Rome Odunze. It's just like Caleb Williams came to his own. So it's like, what would have Rome's season looked like had he stayed healthy and not played through the injury and then ultimately missed those games? Rome Odunze would be probably drafted in the Chris Olave range, that we'll say more like a Mecca Ibuka range, right? The 4th round. So there's that too. I think we all forget, like the fantasy community in general is so they overreact on everything. I think we all forget that he had 6 touchdowns in 7 games, whatever the hell it was. I don't have any stats in front of me, but it was elite stuff. Elite stuff. The prescriptions, you know what? Here's the over-under. Let's see. Who has more prescriptions, Mike McDaniel or Tiger Woods? Who has more? Because that's a question I want to answer. I have to grab a brewski for this next chug, and then I'll be back.
Say somebody put a gun to your head. Said, do you want your baby to be lighter or darker? What would you choose?
Why is someone holding a gun to my head
It's
and
a
asking me
hypothetical.
what shade I would prefer my son to be?
I don't know. See,
Why is he putting a gun to her head?
He wants to find out what your preference is. So you're walking down the street with Will, and he snatches you into the backseat of the car, and now he's got a gun to your head. You want a lighter or darker baby? What shade? What shade?
Get away from me.
What color is the guy holding the gun?
He's mocha, right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
50-50. You want it lighter or darker?
I would say on the lighter side.
Ah.
All right, I'm back. Oh, shit. Fuck, I'm not very flexible anymore. Good thing I'm straight. All right. That means the quarterback's going to finish above ADP. Caleb goes top 3. One of the 2 things are going to happen, right? Either they're not good and that wide receiver and 2 of the 3 skill players bust, or You correlate where they're getting drafted with Caleb is going to go off. And, that's just on the passing game stuff, Mouth. Like, they don't get points for his scrambles. So, like, Caleb Williams, I feel like is a guy that is just scratching the surface. He could run for a lot more yards and more touchdowns. And he does that. He pretty much runs to set up the pass unless it's like the fourth quarter. But Caleb is a top 8, top 7 scrambler in terms of speed, like maybe even better than that. So, man, Caleb should go off. So here's the me and Ray had this discussion a while back. And I was just saying Jaden Daniels will go higher than Caleb. And I prefer Jaden Daniels, but like in reality, we should probably be taking Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels just based on where the pass catchers are going. The infrastructure is so much better. I hate Dan Quinn and I love Ben Johnson. And like Caleb is not a slouch on the ground. And like the weapons are so much. Like, it's not the weapons are great in Chicago. The weapons are such dog shit in Washington. So like we should probably just be taking Caleb over Jaden Daniels. And like they're going pretty close, but I think that's just the way it should be, right? We all agree with that? That's cold. It's very cold. NFC North is probably the toughest division in football. I want to say the AFC West, but you have the Raiders in there. Where our Raiders in the NFC North are the Vikings that have Kevin O'Connell and Kyler Murray, who's hungry, and Justin Jefferson and a win-now defense. So the NFC North is definitely the deepest division, top to bottom. And it would not surprise me if any of those teams won or any of those teams got last place. I think the only team that I think will not get last place are the Packers. They are way too – LaFleur's a great regular season coach. They're really deep. I think the Bears could get last. I think that the Lions could get last. And I think the Vikings are obviously the favorite to get last. Well, Tiger is depressed, so currently Tiger. I'm surprised we haven't seen the memes. Remember Tigger from Winnie the Pooh? How he was like super depressed. By the way, super dark. That character, like giving that character literally, it's a donkey, right? With like a mental illness. Like he's literally one step away from slitting his wrist, and like he is one of Winnie the Pooh's best friends, and it's just super weird. Maybe it goes over the kids' heads, but like he's always just down and just super like depressed is the word, and that's Tigger, and that's currently Tiger. We have an estimation for Scatterbo's return. It's supposed to be week 1, as Mouth says, but we haven't heard a lot of good reports. Have we, Mouth? I mean, you're the New York guy, so my worry is he the same player? Wasn't, obviously pretty slow in general, straight line speed. Decent agility, but is he the same player coming back? That's the worry. And when does it come back, right? Does it take 5 weeks? Does it take a year? Is he back week 1 to full health? I do trust the guy to be back because he's going to push himself. And if he's not, the worry is he's a psycho and he's not going to be 100%. He's going to say, fuck it, I'm playing. Because it's really easy to get Wally pipped in this league, and he's a 5th round pick or 4th round pick. So those dudes like Tyron Tracy had a hell of a rookie year. They draft Scatterbo, right? Like it can happen in a heartbeat in the NFL. Tiger might get the same doctor as Michael Jackson. I hope not, man, because that dude was a yes man. Any drug you want, any amount of the drugs you want, I'm gonna shoot you up with it. I'm gonna kill you. That's what happened. Xanax and booze. I never got the appeal of that, man. Mixing those two, I guess it just like knocks you on your ass, but I'm not really into combining those kind of things. Tiger on Oxy for sure. Yeah, dude. I mean, he needs to. The point is, it's fine. If he wants to be an addict and he has a reason to be an addict, just don't drive. Like, that's the one thing. You can't do it all. He's doing all the wrong things, though. And not seeking help, obviously relying on these prescription drugs for an actual need, and he needs it, and he's reliant on it, and he's dependent on it, and he's choosing to live his life like he doesn't have an issue. But when you have that much money and you're fucking awesome, you're Tiger Woods, you can do what you want until you start getting DUIs and just flipping your car in the middle of the day in a fucking neighborhood, dude. Mouth's only taking Jaden Daniels based on where ADP is, and that Daniels is falling to me. Daniels is still going ahead of Caleb, though, but I think the upside of Jaden Daniels is higher. Like, it's just the Lamar Jackson thing, like the 700-800 yard rushing, 8 rushing touchdown ceiling is just something Caleb can't touch. But Caleb has a chance to maybe have that. I'm not going to say Patrick Mahomes level season because they run the ball too much there in Chicago. But kind of the 350, 400 on the ground, 4 rushing touchdowns, 35 passing touchdown year, which is a higher floor than what Jaden Daniels has, just based on the fact that Jaden Daniels doesn't seem to be able to stay healthy. Where Caleb Williams never gets hurt, he never gets hit, and that's the nice thing about Caleb. His best ability is availability, and he has that. I'm afraid he's like Pacheco. Here's the thing: I like Tracy better anyway. Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco, man. And you again, very similar injury. Nice call, mouth. And Isaiah Pacheco has never been the same after breaking that fibula. And I'll tell you, I shattered both my tib and fib in a car accident. I did not get hit by Tiger Woods, by the way. Thank God it wasn't him. 2012, and snapped in half, bone sticking out of my leg. And those are actually not the issue for me right now. I shattered my kneecap, man. That's my issue. That's like my knee is terrible. That's why I'm so fat and out of shape. Hard for me to work out, and I don't like to just go to the gym. I like to play ball and basketball and actually do like things to work out. And that was taken away from me. So my leg is fucked. I also had my surgeon was like 30 years old. You never want a major. It was a two 4-hour surgeries. It's in the hospital for fucking 7-8 days. You never want, like, when you want a surgeon to walk in, you want the surgeon to be like 60, gray and everything, or like Indian something. This was like a white 30-year-old dude that was like a couple years older than me. I was 24 at the time. I was like, no, but I'm not going to get the best surgeon. Let's be honest. Who was I? I was just a knucklehead. Like, who's this stoner? Cruz, the coaching in Washington worries me with Jaden. They made some very questionable decisions with him last year. I mean, that's Cruz. That's you put that so nicely. It was downright insane. I mean, the first knee injury was the same game Austin Eckler got hurt, and he tears his Achilles. So, and the game's over. At first quarter, Jaden Daniels nicked up his knee and tweaked his knee. They have him in the game. That was a game against the Packers, I think. It was a Monday night game. Fucks up his knee again, misses a couple games, bring him back too early, whatever. They were still in the playoff hunt. They had championship aspirations, which was foolish, but they did. And then it was the Seahawks game. That game he came back again from an injury. They're down like 37-10 in the fourth quarter. Jaden Daniels still on the field, taking a quarterback draw on the 10-yard line on the goal line, and then just the dumbest decision ever. After all the things I just said that we saw, also the same franchise that fucking destroyed RG3. I know it was a different regime and different coach and everything, different owner, I think too. That might have been Snyder still, but like the same franchise. We saw RG3. He would have been fine. I feel like he was a little raw, but like he wasn't going to be out of the league like he was after that injury. The same franchise. And then Dan Quinn's like, whatever. I'm going to pull Dan Quinn. Jaden, you're at home. Let's give the fans something to cheer about. We're down by 27 points, 8 minutes to go against the Seahawks. Mind you, they scored 28 points in the first quarter against us. We have no chance to win this game. Quarterback draw, 1st and goal, 10-yard line. Yeah. Idiot, bro. Fucking idiot. He should have been fired on the spot for that, man. If I was a fan of the Commanders, Dan Quinn, great coordinator, good guy. Fire him right there. It was a home game, dude. The season was over. It wasn't like they were in playoff contention anyway. Season's over. Jaden Daniels was already hurt. I get worked up about this. I was so pissed when this happened. Not even because I had Jaden Daniels in fantasy last year, because I didn't. Not even because I'm a Commanders fan, because I'm not. Because I root for the kid, and like mismanaging your asset is what that was, and that's disgusting. That is how the swing was created. I also broke my neck in fucking 4 places, Dakota. So I was going 60. She was going 60 head on. Middle of the day after work, 2:00 in the afternoon, bro, just chilling, listening to sports talk. And I saw the whole thing. Should have died. She died, actually. The chick that hit me died. The craziest thing, though, is now I don't like to slander people, but fuck you, bitch, is what I'll say, because her toxicology report came back. And if you remember what Anna Nicole Smith, remember that bimbo, her toxicology report when she died, it was like 16 different. It was like Tiger Woods, essentially. It was worse. She had like over 10 different prescriptions in her system. She had just had back surgery. She was like 60 something, and shouldn't have been driving. It was like 6 months after the surgery. She had like 10 different pills, and all at like lethal levels, which when you get used to a certain prescription drug, you could take the lethal level. But like, she was all fucked up. She could have hit a school bus or a fucking minivan with like a family in it. And like, she died. So I don't want to celebrate a death, but luckily the quote from Dewey Cox, like, wrong kid died, like right person died in that accident, because I was kind of high. I smoked some weed about 3 hours prior, but that was, wasn't the reason. I was fine. I was in my lane, baby. And I did have a case of beer in the front seat. I was going golfing. It fucking blew up. So I had beer all over my car. She was old. I was young. I also worked a tip job. I had like fucking probably like $1,000 of cash, like all in smaller bills in my center console. That blew up. So I have cash all over my car, beer all over my car. And the cop was like blaming me for the accident. She's like, what is all this? Like, you're fucked up. I was like, dude, nope. And the money, it just looked really fucking sketchy. But it was all tip money and the beer wasn't opened. But it was just a rough situation. Meanwhile, I'm like, my leg is hanging by a thread. My neck's broken. She's like accusing me of shit. When the facts remain, that bitch, I'm going to call her bitch. It was her fault. And she died. So mouth of the South. I got lucky. My knee surgeon was the same guy that fixed Curtis Martin's knee. He just happened to be volunteering at the night my knee got destroyed. Dr. Elliot Hirschman. Only reason I can walk. See, that's what I'm talking about. They get the best doctors. We don't. But Mouth got a that's awesome because now I'm not saying anything against my surgeon. Who knows, man? It was such a bad knee injury and like leg injury that obviously when you shatter both your tib and fib and that compound fracture, you see what happens with these athletes are usually never the same. Like when that's the minor injury, not even talking about the neck, when like the knee is the major injury, like you're never coming back from that. And I've made peace with it, man. It's fine. I can still like play golf. I can still bowl and drum and all the things I want to do. I can still bang at a pretty high level. My knee hurts afterwards. Certain positions are tough, but I've adapted, man. That's what life's about, adapting. Water polo. Dude, swimming is great. That's the one exercise I wish I had a pool because swimming is the best fucking swimming and riding a bike. I feel like are pretty elite, but swimming is the best with the being in the water. It's restrictive and it works out every single fucking muscle in your body. Jay, it wasn't as bad because Joe Burrow was lobbying for this and Joe Burrow didn't end up getting hurt. So it would have been worse. Now, if Joe Burrow had torn something major again, it would have been just as worse. But I would like to think if they were down 37-10, they would have pulled Joe Burrow. Like that's where it's kind of different for me. But I also was super pissed about that. You guys were watching the streams, Jay. I was super pissed about Joe Burrow coming back for Joe Burrow's future. And like, that's another bad franchise. And that's what bad franchises do is they make bad decisions and they mismanage their assets. And they're trying to make the fans happy when like, you know what? The majority of the fans I get are morons, but your real fans that know ball are like, yes, sit Joe Burrow. Let's get a better draft pick. Let's actually get some offensive line and get the guy some help. And it was a lost year anyway. It was going to be a lost year if Joe Burrow didn't fuck his toe up because the offensive line they were throwing out there and the defense is still trash. So they're trying to appease the majority of the fans who are morons. They need to just do what's best for the franchise and like what's best for the 3 to 5 year plan. You have Joe Burrow, who's 29 years old, 28 years old. You got a nice window there. You have Jamar Chase. Pretty nice 1-2 punch. Rob, thoughts on Bieber $10 million Coachella show? Will you rock the shorts and rain boots he wore? I heard some rumblings about it, Dakota. I don't know exactly what happened. I hear it was like a major show. What does 10 million mean? It was he made 10 million for it. Obviously it wouldn't be $10 million a ticket. So enlighten me a little bit there. You're like the rookie of the year throwing 105 after arm surgery. I'll get back surgery. Now you're Happy Gilmore on the tee. Yeah, I was always really good. I actually better now at golf because I was only 6 years into my golf career at that point, 7 years in. But yeah, dude, rookie of the year. Shout out that movie, bro. Got Daniel Stern in it. I think Daniel Stern might have directed that movie too. If you don't know Daniel Stern, he is the other guy in Home Alone, not Joe Pesci, but the tall, goofy one. Pretty good movie. I enjoy that. It's really, really wacky. I think I get what you're saying. If she didn't die at the accident, I think it's okay to celebrate. Yeah, I don't wish death on anyone. You know, it doesn't change the fact that it happened, right? Like her living or dying isn't going to make my knee any better. Sometimes karma's a bitch, I guess is what I'll say. And I was just saying, I think it's bullshit that she was driving at that time. Her family should know better. She was 60 something years old. Like, don't let her drive. She's on a bunch of pills. And it could have been a lot worse because it could have been someone that's more important than me. When I say that, I mean like more people, younger people, children, etc. Like I'm just one person, whatever. Like there's a lot of people that are driving, carpooling, at that time of day, school's getting out. Like, it could have been a lot worse. What's his 5-year plan? Not die? Fucking love. That's the Big Daddy, man. The old wrinkly balls. I had that clip uploaded for a while. I had to take it off because I didn't have room. When Phillip Rivers came back, I was playing that clip for old Phillip Rivers.
Good. Tell me everything.
Okay, they were both here. They were both inside me. Eduardo was in my mouth and Luther was in my butt.
Oh my God, no, don't tell me everything. What? No, what?
Damn it, Bonnie.
Eduardo who?
Sanchez.
Holy shit, tell us more.
Then Luther went in Eduardo's butt for a while.
Tell us less. Tell us less.
Then they both completed on each other. I was left out of the finale.
Damn, 10 mil for a concert. That's it's a little bit much for Justin Bieber, but you know what? I do respect the Biebs, man. He gets a lot of shit, but I think we would all switch places with Justin Bieber right now if we could. Weird haircut as a kid, though. Whatever, it was a signature. Rookie of the Year is a Chicago kid's dream, 100%. Cruz, Rookie of the Year, and Angels in the Outfield. About time for those remakes. You know they're going to remake those fucking things, and it's going to be awful. Be an all-black cast, too. I'm just saying. Like, you know it's going to be an all-black cast with some LGBTQ members and all that kind of shit. Like, let's stick with the original. And shout out Ray, who loves Angels in the Outfield. I do as well. I had that as VHS. Probably seen it 10 times. Really, really, really good movie. Really awesome cast. Tony Danza's in that movie. Fucking great. Great movie. And please don't remake those movies. Like, they remade Anaconda. I didn't see it. I heard it was awful. All the remakes are trash, man. I'm very, very adamant about my like hate for remakes, and there's just no reason for them. It's because the younger generation doesn't want to watch classic movies, so they're just like, oh my god, Anaconda, we'll watch it in the theaters. Like, dude, I would actually go see Anaconda in theaters now if they released it. That's got prime J-Lo, baby, like early J-Lo, super hot J-Lo. Also had Ice Cube and John Voight's in that movie. Fucking Anaconda. It's really joke. Also, Lake Placid, also an awesome movie. That's got Bill Pullman. GT, I'd get back shots from Diddy and Usher for that life. Well, exactly. Justin Bieber definitely got a lot of back shots, dude.
It's years away, don't care. Jesus Christ. You ooze talent.
You see that? Ooze? The Ooze? Yeah. Another good movie, Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze. That's number 2. I got a shot and a chug here for mouth, and I'll answer a few more questions. I have to go to the bathroom pretty bad, and we're almost on 3 hours. I'm going to be back on tomorrow, gentlemen. Here you go. Went from an hour stream to 3 hours. That's how we do it around here. All solo, by the way, which I think I'm doing pretty good for the amount I've consumed. I came on sober today, though. I didn't drink any before. That's why I'm kind of maintaining. It's all going to hit me when I go lay down. I'm probably going to puke. I'm kidding. I don't do that. Anything that came out on VHS should be prohibited from remakes. Exactly, dude. Let's make that a rule. My other rule I'm super proud of that I want, this is more for like 90s stuff, is the presidential term is 4 years. Whatever president, I'm a big fan of Independence Day, Bill Pullman. Whatever presidents, let's say in the first movie in 94, or Independence Day was 96, right? He should have a 4-year term of every movie released from 96 to 2000. Bill Pullman should have been the president. And then in 2000, whatever movie it was, let's say it's Morgan Freeman's the president. He's now the president for the next 4 years. And all these movies, it's like a shared universe thing. That would be awesome. Like, tell me that's a great idea, or am I crazy? I feel like that's one of the best ideas I've ever had. Just to have that consistent basis of like a great president. He's just in all the movies universe from those 4 years. Bill Pullman's the president. Morgan Freeman's the president. Michael Douglas. Let's get Michael Douglas. And Michael Douglas will play a great Bill Clinton, because that dude fucks in every movie. And Bill Clinton, as you know, he fucks everything that moves. So there it is. Let's do that right now. Can we have a Michael Douglas playing? I know he's a little too old now, but like a movie called Clinton or Bill, and it's just Michael Douglas. But essentially, what it is, it's like Basic Instinct in the White House. It's that movie would make a lot of money, and I'm just coming up with ideas right now, and I really like it. So, you know why you don't puke? Because you ain't Bieber. He would probably be a little lightweight, although I think he did some pills, so he doesn't need a drink. He's always on pills. All right, gentlemen. Great show. Appreciate all the content and comments and all the supers. Y'all are the shits. Michael Douglas as Bill going down to Epstein Island. There you go. That is it. Now we're building on something here, Cruz. This is that's a good movie. I mean, it's not an enjoyable movie, but it would make a lot of sense. There we go. Nancy Pelosi flashes her cooter to Michael Douglas. Now, see, this is exactly why I need you guys, because we're really building that's a fucking blockbuster movie. They don't make movies like that anymore. I am down with that. All right. Appreciate everybody. Great show. Thank you for everyone, the supers. Thank you for drafting with me. Some really good teams there that we had. I think I had the worst team, but it is what it is. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central, most likely, maybe 10:30, same time as tonight. Then again, guys, look forward to Tuesday night with Tuesday night with Nico, Wednesday with Mouth. That is running back deep dive. Storey coming back on this weekend for the rest of our draft coverage. So looking forward to that. The draft is in like fucking 13 days, 12 days, whatever it is, 10 days. Looking forward to that. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out of here.
You just seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you wanted to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah?
I got you stored in my iPhone.
All right. If you need me, call.